welcome to another brand new episode of The Qualified. I am Jedi Johnson 22, joined as always by the great Dom Tober, the always steady Styx Boy 73, bad to the bone Bruce Fur, and the creator, joesduelin. What's going on, fellas?
Not much. Nice Friday. Warmed up a little bit. Watched a lot of TV this week.
Hey, rest in peace, champ. Apollo.
Yeah.
All weathers.
Yep. Bad day.
Sad day for 80s icon and Star Wars icon now, Grief Karga, kind of became a part of the Star Wars universe, But
yeah,
rest in peace.
We hear about these deaths every once in a while of celebrities, and I got to admit, this one actually probably hit me harder than one has in a while, because Carl Weathers, a big part of our childhood growing up, for those that grew up in the 80s with, Rocky playing Apollo, and then Colonel Al Dillon in Predator, and Action Jackson, and it's really, and of course, Chubbs, right? So,
Yep.
Wasn't he in the Heat of the Night also? Heat
of the Night, I think.
Yeah.
So
he was in a bunch of things too. I think a bunch of TV shows too. He made appearances.
Sidney Poitier was in the original in the Heat of the Night.
Yeah.
I mean,
look,
considering he never had like a main like upfront feature role, he always kind of played the supporting cast and stuff. Huge impact, in my opinion, on 80s and early 90s, and lately with Star Wars pop culture. So he will be missed. Dom shared New England Wind's IG post. That was very heart touching. Her comments about his passing too. So that was. If you haven't checked that out, check it out.
So I figured this week we would we'd do pickups after on the outside looking in, since we actually timed it right, I think, for the people to come over. So if we want to say hi to everybody in the chat first, Jedi, if you want to.
Okay, we will say hello to everybody. What the hell? Tommy Longbox is in the pole position today. Sorry, GT, you have been dethroned, at least for this week. Tommy Longbox tweets on Friday. Let's get it going, fellas. Thanks, Tommy, for popping in. But GT, second and third, and then one hell of a fourth at Tommy Longbox. Did you get your name from a 1980s porn star, Tommy Longcox? If there really was a Tommy Longcox, I missed it somehow. I don't know. Back when porn was properly called porno. So
put the O back on and bring back the bush.
Oh,
back when porn had a plot. Remember the days when porn had plots?
A lot of people had broken TVs that needed fixed.
Yeah, plots for like the first 5 minutes of the videos.
Man, used to be a story. What else we got? Ed LeBeau. Have a good one, Bluebeards. Thanks, Ed. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your weekend. If you're not watching us now, catch us on the rewind. Craig 69 appropriately chimed in here. I'm not here. Okay, well,
nice.
Come back.
Somebody's here.
Agu Rhythm, peeping us out. Movie Madness and Entertainment. Hey, what's going on, GT? Max. We remember GT. We hadn't forgot about you. I don't know who this guy is. He's trolling. Tyson, good evening, guys. What's going on, Tyson? Thanks for popping in. Bri, Danger Girls is fire. It is. We're going to discuss Danger Girls in depth. And we're going to kind of decide amongst ourselves, is it actually a good comic or just cover candy? We were talking about that a little bit earlier.
I got 35 slides of goodness to get through of Danger Girl. Pretty things to look at. So,
Ratrell's giving us a standing ovation applause, and the show has just started. Wow, appreciate that. Pierre Kelly, let's do this. I echo that sentiment. BK is here. Bruce first shaved his beard and chopped the cheese.
for chopped cheese.
Oh, for a chopped cheese. Okay, I thought, what does chop the cheese mean? All right, my bad. I'm East Texas education. All right, sorry about that. Brian back, GT. Who else we got? Cosmic, rest in peace, Carl. Amen. Yeah. That one really hit hard. We'll
It really
throw
did.
up
You
some,
know, you think about it, like
Apollo with his greatest role.
when you
Yeah,
wake
I
up,
don't think there's much. Go ahead, Don.
you know, sorry, when you wake up and you see these guys on TV, and then one day you get like a news report that so and so passed away, or you see something. It's scary because, like, it's hard to see these guys go because you grow
It
up
is, especially when we're not too far behind them in age. Yeah.
I mean, they're in their. I mean, he was 76. They're. It's that age where.
I thought Styx was older than him.
What happened?
Styx is
I thought Styx was older.
Yeah, Styx defies time and logic. I don't. He just keeps going.
I knew his father.
Jeez.
I mean, I texted my brother. Obviously, my brother's about a year and a half older than I am. I texted him, said, "Hey, man, Carl Weathers died." And my brother normally is very yeah, go fuck off or whatever, but in a loving way. But he's kind of like, "Oh man, it hit hard. This one did." Yeah. All right, Terry. William O'Connell is this week's what? William O'Connell this week as well. Who's William O'Connell? Something flew. Is that an actor?
William O'Connell was another actor that passed away. I think.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's not ringing a bell. GT. Yeah, no, he did not answer your question. We'll have to beat him up on that. Carl Weathers looks. Yeah, he was in the commercials. We're talking about this too. He's in the commercials with Gronk. I expected to see him at the Super Bowl, but man, it's tough.
He's in High Plains Drifter.
I was expecting to see him in Mando the movie that's coming out.
Sal D, what's going on, Sal? Thanks for popping in. I missed Jedi on Sunday night Star Wars show. Will you be coming back? I don't know. Sundays. I'm enjoying having my Sundays free, although I do miss hanging with the fellows. So we'll see. I might pop in. Once Bad Batch pops off again, maybe I'll pop in because everyone on that show seems to think Bad Batch sucked, and I kind of like it. Let's see. Humans don't live forever, Dom. Well, you're not wrong.
I know humans don't live forever. My wife's always saying that everybody doesn't live forever. That's why you have to enjoy the moments you have. I understand that, and it's the truth.
Hopefully, you'll take that to heart.
I do take it to heart, and I really take it to heart because it really hurts when somebody from my childhood passes away, and because I'm getting older, and life is going faster than the blink of an eye. That's the thing.
I'm sorry, I'm moving on. Chop the Cheese was the nickname for John Holmes' wee wee.
It was the original footlong.
And then something. All right.
Well, today,
everybody was in every which way but Lou. Okay. All right.
Yes,
Where's this going?
He was on
Bruce kept pausing that one scene.
This might be our last.
All right, Joe. Enough of
Tonight's,
this. We will miss Carl. So let's move on.
This show is starting off right. I guess we're going to start with some outside looking in, guys. See what we got this week? Yay. If you were watching the top 10 last week, this week, you'll recognize a few of the books are now on the outside looking in from the main list, starting with Ultimate Invasion, #1, second print. It has some strong sales, but it did not make the top 10 list this week because the highs are actually down. Last week they were $45. Now they're between $20 and $30 for this first appearance of the new Ultimate Peter Parker on cover. So,
yeah, a lot of these books out there. So,
yes,
there's a lot of these out there.
Yes, a ton of these.
Oh
out
yeah.
there.
I see RoboCop initially when I look at this. I'm like, RoboCop's within. Okay.
That's the maker.
I am back.
Oh, where did Joe go?
We got the maker holding a test tube of the spider that gives Peter his powers.
You kidding me? Did we at least run the intro while I was out?
No, we just jumped right in.
Oh, you kids. You kids.
Yeah, this was on the top 10 last week. Now it's on the outside looking in. Let's see if it continues to drop further, or people come to the senses and realize, does it really matter if it's first appearance of, was it 66, 75 of the Marvel Universe, Earth, whatever? Does
People like their cover. People like their thing on a cover.
Yeah, unless there's something special with the cover, like we have a first appearance on the cover. Like I said, if I remember right, this isn't truly any first appearances. This is just the number one, right? So, right?
It's weird. It's a reprint of the first appearance.
It's a second print. So in theory, really, his first appearance is the first print, but he's not on the cover.
Of the maker, right?
No, the maker.
No, of this Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
So what you're basically stuck with is this is a second print, but he's on the cover on the second print, so it's more recognizable. So
yes.
Okay.
So people are gravitating more to this.
Still makes more sense than the previews going for what they were going for. So
yeah,
I think the previews
I'm in favor of. I like cover first appearances. I know a lot of people don't think that those are relative. Maybe not as relative as true first appearance in story, but I'm a fan of first appearance on cover. So the only thing about this one is what I heard Styx say, and I think Bruce said it too, is that there's a lot of these out there. So
that's the thing.
That one, be careful not to overpay for this thing if you're interested in it, because unlike some of the Darth Vader 3, when they're less and less. Apparently, there's a lot of these out there. So just be smart when you're buying, I guess.
And it's settling back down a little bit too. It'll probably keep dipping a bit. What do we got next on the list, Bruce?
Next up, we have 28 Days Later, #1.
I have that book.
We got a handful of sales. Sales are ranging between $10 to $15. This is on the heels of the news that there will be a 28 years later movie. So
the third in the series.
Yep.
Yes. And I believe a director and someone was picked to lead this movie.
I forget who they grabbed for it, but
yeah.
It's the first one was Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle did it. Same guy who did Trainspotting, did 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
But,
I like the whole series that dropped a while ago. When that that book came out, like was it 2008? Was that 2008?
2009, I think.
2009.
Yeah. I remember picking those up, and I was intrigued because it was the story that takes place.
I was always very mad watching the movie because there's all these cars everywhere, yet they're running everywhere.
So what's the deal? So this is just the A cover, right? We're just talking about the A cover that's selling.
It's the A cover.
We're not talking about any 1 in 10s or any.
Like most indies.
What they do, but
like most indies, it's the A cover.
I don't guess that's bad if you're a horror collector or if you're a fan of this franchise. I guess $10. I would assume that unless this thing wasn't heavily ordered, I would assume that these would not be like selling off the shelves.
It's boom.
Local LCS, but
30 Days a Night was also pretty popular in terms of picking up the comics.
Was there a second printing of this? I believe.
I don't know.
It's boom. It's boom. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good one. Do you want to give him a short bail on this one?
Just the skirt, BK.
You want to give BK a short bail on this one? This is actually pretty good because
we'll give you one.
We don't have bells anymore. That's right. We have laughter now. So give him a short laugh.
That's BK running from Tila.
Yes. Or since it was offensive toward me, I'll just give him.
Slam dunk. Yeah, the cover's pretty cool. I like the cover.
Yeah.
With a lot of these things, these are going to be probably a short window. I think the prices on these things may eventually come down, unless it truly was a
10 to 15 bucks online means you're going to find it in the box somewhere for $5 or $1.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people forgot.
Don't forget that.
people forgot about this, and I'm about to forget about it
You
now.
got to be more specific, Bri. I'm about to forget about it now. You got to be more specific, Bri. What
No,
exactly?
you can probably find those in
There's so much to choose from.
Next up, we got the Century #1. Sales are starting to move on this. It slowed down once Stephen Yeun wasn't attached to the project as a Century anymore. And since they have announced the new Century, the actor, it's been going for $80 to $100, and a CGC 9.8 sold for $250. Remember when this thing was like $500 easy at a 9.8.
Okay, Bri. I got a longer one, Bri, but it wasn't funny enough to warrant the 16-second laugh.
Yeah.
So.
BK's done better. BK's got better in his repertoire. We know that.
Yeah, Century, like I said, it's going to keep getting popped. Once you see it, trailer for it, if you've seen in the trailer, it'll probably give it another little boost. It'll probably go from here, go down a little bit, trailer, go back up a little bit.
Yeah, I get the 9.8 because that's got to be a hard cover to get a 9.8 in. So I'm
I
get the 9.8.
I got plenty of 9.6s of this.
Can't press them out to a 9.8. Bruce can't do it. Nobody can.
Resubmit it. Maybe you'll get a 10.5.
My days of resubmitting are done. I'll take what they give me the first time. Well, certain.
Yeah.
I think was it Holtman is attached to this. Lewis Holtman from Maverick.
Yeah. Who is an odd casting, I guess, but I don't know. He played like a really nerdy guy in Maverick, but I don't know. They'll give him a couple cycles and beef up, and
he'll bulk up.
I mean, they originally cast Stephen Yeun. It's not like he's jacked either. So
yeah, true. Next up, Rogue Trooper #1. There's been a handful of sales. It's selling for $5 and under. CGC 9.8 sold for $160. Whoa. I believe this is hitting the outside looking in because there was news that this is going to be made into an animated series, I believe.
No, I believe a film.
Oh, a film?
Yeah, by the guy who did the movie Moon with Sam Rockwell. And that it's an enjoyable movie. It's a odd off movie with Sam Rockwell that kind of flew under the radar a little bit.
No, I believe it's an animated series.
Huh?
I believe it's an animated series.
He's talking about the Moon movie.
What more movie?
The director,
the guy that's writing this, directing it.
Okay.
Is the guy that wrote and directed Moon. But yeah, I mean, this is the cheaper appearance of Rogue Trooper. This isn't his first appearance. His first is in 2000 AD Prague 228. So this is just kind of the most accessible, easy one. You'll find far more copies of this at far reasonable prices.
So according to I'm sorry to interrupt. According to Variety Magazine, if I'm reading this this small clip, it is going to be a movie.
Okay.
Like I said, the writer and director is interesting. I like the stuff he does. It's not very mainstream, nor is this character. So it'll be exciting to see what comes out of that.
Is it going to be an animated movie though? That's kind of what
I don't. It wasn't very clear. I don't think that guy's done any animated movies before, but I'm hoping it's live action. In 2000 AD and the
okay. I like this cover a lot. Actually, of all the covers in the outside looking in this week, I think this is my favorite. I didn't know anything about this until Pete kind of let it leak, so we could prep for this, that this was going to be on the list. So this started off, I think, as like a British comic strip or something, and then it was developed into a video game. Am I going down the wrong path here? And now
it was the big. It's the Judge Dredd 2000 AD magazine. has all that stuff.
Okay.
So that's where he made his first appearance in there. So that is kind of where it got its start. And those books normally have multiple stories in them anyway. But
yeah, this is I like the cover.
Yeah, it's definitely
cool
that kind of fun, darker underground UK.
It's a weird project to pick.
I'm happy. I'm happy, and I actually have this teed up in our news to talk about this topic as well, because I'm very happy that something like this gets greenlit.
Yeah, I'll wait for the news segment, but I'm actually kind of I like that it's not mainstream.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Everyone's heard of it, kind of project.
Yeah. I mean, everybody wants their DC and Marvel and all that stuff.
No, the real point is, I don't give a damn.
Degrassi says animated, yes, created with Unreal Engine 5. I love Unreal.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of what this article. I was skimming this article really quickly, and that's kind of what I gleaned from it as well.
But the problem is Unreal Engine, in many cases, is tough at times to distinguish from real. So, at this point, the graphics look almost lifelike.
We're stealing our own thunder for later, so we're going to talk more about this later, I think. All right.
And the final book on the outside looking in, Ultimate Spider-Man #1 from 2000. Not a ton of sales. Sales that hit $70 and $100. This is renewed interest because of the Ultimate Spider-Man universe.
Yeah, hideous cover.
Yeah, this looks like looks like the box of a video game cartridge that back in the day.
I like it.
This is. Yeah, you're getting Black Panther coming for the Ultimate. You're getting the Ultimate X-Men. Free Comic Book Day has a kind of Ultimate Universe book that's going to pop out there as well. So it'll be a lot of Ultimate Universe. Yeah.
Rooster must be sick and tired of talking about Spider-Man. This has just got to be killing him.
It doesn't bother me, actually.
Yeah, you say that. You're putting on a good face. You're putting on a brave face, Christopher. We appreciate that. We know.
I still have to finish the last Spider-Man game, so.
At least the current storyline is interesting, so that's good. So that's going to carry some. That's going to carry some momentum.
For now until Mary Jane leaves Peter for his secretary.
Oh boy!
Oh boy! Let's go.
We'll see what happens, but like I said, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the Ultimate Black Panther, and then what Momoka does, I guess, with the Ultimate X-Men. That'll be, I guess, whatever it is. Guess we'll see.
I still say that they're going to kill Peter Parker off in the main universe and make Peter in the Ultimate Universe the main Spider-Man to please all the fans that want him married with kids. Call it in now.
And you're going to fail.
Just like your comic.
You know what? There's some truth to that, man. There was an article based on it because a big event is going to happen in the summertime, and when it's all said and done, it's going to change the Marvel universe forever. That's what they're talking about. So
that's what they say about every event.
Damn.
Every event says it's going to change the Marvel universe forever.
Tom is the master of the tease. That's like, wow.
I think the last time they said that was Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals. How'd that go?
Yeah. It's lying in the birdcage.
The Marvels have already changed the MCU forever.
So
all right,
and that is the outside looking in for this week. Please watch this on the rewind if you have.
You want to run your intro now since we do everything backwards?
Yeah. and don't forget, go stop over at CBSI. You can see Pete's article as well and get all the rundown on all that good stuff. All the 10 and all the outside looking in books. And I am going to run.
Yeah, if
We
you're
just
just
use
now
that as
tuning
the
in,
buffer.
that was the end of the segment.
Screw it.
And here's Dom's favorite time of the show.
Tom has had plenty of
Today's
time to open his packages.
That
My-
opens
It's
everything.
still
I got
not
a-
open.
I got a mess of these fucking goddamn little white friggin' things all over the place.
Yeah.
my poor screen cut out and everything shut down, which is why I dropped out before. But I did want to say our pinup this week is brought to you by the wonderful art of Art Fram. If you're unfamiliar with Art Fram, he has a wonderful series of these panty drop pinups.
I don't
women in
understand what's going on.
Women in various situations, from getting off a bus to carrying their groceries to walking a dog, where whoops, the panties fall.
I understand the dress getting caught in the phone booth. Yes, phone booth for you young folks, but I don't get the panties falling.
There's a great one. There's a great bowling one as well with a panty drop.
Yeah.
It's kind of what he's known for. This wonderful series of panty drop pinups.
I looked at this too quick. I thought one of the doctor's companions got his blood spot in the door.
All right, boys, you want to do some
I was
pickups?
at the right place. I got some pickups, but I don't know. Bruce, for you're in the pole position. You want to go?
Sure, why not?
See what you got.
All right. First up on Bruce's pickups this week, we have Superman, Batman, World's Finest Annual.
Whack.
Okay. When you open a book, you can say whack, all right, buddy?
And whack. The X-Men, 2 X-Men can take out the whole Justice League. Remember that.
Green Lantern, Alan Scott, number 4. Amazing story if you haven't read these.
Yeah,
the writer for the Masters of the Universe is doing this. Sheridan. Wolverine 42. Little Wolverine served cold.
Ooh.
Well, actually, I don't know why I bought this. Dr. Aphra, the Black Widow.
You got it just to get greasy fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, it literally came with one
Star
greasy
Wars. You're not a
fingerprint.
Star Wars fan. Stop it. Get out of here.
Well, you're not a true Star Wars fan.
Yes, I am. I'm more true than you. I'm more true than that Yankee hat you have in your head.
Yeah.
You know, you can go over there, right? Over there. Yeah, take it over there somewhere.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah.
You think this
Give
is
the bologna sandwich. Now,
if I wanted a bologna sandwich, I'll go somewhere else because you got salami. All right. Dead X-Men. The Lyrics Lee cover.
Nice. I like that. Believe.
Duke number 2. I love this cover.
You know, like
reminds me of the animated
G.I.
show.
Joe, you bastard. Stop taking the damn things. Stop taking the 80s icons I like here. G.I. Joe Transformers are mine. I grew up with that. You didn't.
See, this is what happened when you let your grandfather on the streams. Anyway, Trinity number 1. Special.
What did I do?
That's
Is
it.
that the
Anyway,
that's Trinity special?
Day 1, 1977.
Styx isn't involved in this whatsoever.
Have you looked through that? Is it mostly all reprinted stuff?
I haven't read it. I got to read it for my show for Sunday. I've been collecting all the Barons covers on the Beast World.
Yeah, the Barons covers are fun for Beast World.
I got the other Trinity special, the A cover. A little Batman and Robin annual. Little big-headed Damien on the cover. Still reading Spider-Boy.
You're one of about one.
G.I. Joe 302. I believe this is the second printing. I got this down. I got, what's this? I don't remember ordering this. It just popped up in the mail today. Catwoman 61.
I don't remember. Come on.
It came from T4, so I probably ordered it like months ago. I got another very clean copy of Superboy 9.
Nice.
DC
Cosmic
variant.
noted, I didn't realize that those Barons covers on Beast Wars or Titans Connect.
I got this from Claim Sale from, was it Mint Comics? Mint Collectibles Styx? What's
Mint Collectibles.
Mint Collectibles. Little
Yay, little Lulu.
This thing is in like insanely good shape.
Yeah, those were nice. He had some nice.
That's giggles. That's giggles when
illuminated.
Dom takes her to a con right there.
It's the truth.
Help me.
Help me, please. Shazam number 3. It's 3.
Yeah, you got. I don't remember which one.
Yep.
That one was nice. That first Mary Marvel.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's not Fawcett, but it's okay.
Shazam number 5, another tough black cover.
And that looks nice.
Yeah, that one's nicer than the 3. And I got this. I got an early gift.
Worst favorite.
Early gift. Yay. A Superman the Wedding album, 9.8 DCU variant.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Nice. Sweet.
I guess somebody was dropping me a hint.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Go
I'm
do
calling
it.
you Styx. Bail me out. And that's it for this week. Thank you.
You're up there.
All right, so
Jimmy.
this week I don't have any comics, but I have this is going to be a Mayhew moment. I do have some stuff that I've been picking up from Mayhew. I grabbed this off the stack because it's been sitting over here waiting. So I picked up some off of Mayhew's, Mike Mayhew's Whatnot channel. Picked up some of his one-of-one artist proofs, signed artist proofs. So hopefully, I got these in top loaders. Hopefully it'll show up well. But this is his exclusive artist proof from his Alien cover.
Oh, nice. Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Where Matt over there. Maybe it's a little better.
Alien is big shit.
This is his recent Iron Man invention. What was that?
Saying hi to Mama Bear. She just popped in the chat.
Oh, okay. This was his most recent cover exclusive Invincible Iron Man number 14. This is his artist proof of that one.
Nice.
Sorry, Dom, but I know I don't read G.I. Joe, but I did pick up this.
Oh, nice. That's a
Hey,
winner.
no, that's okay. You're good. You're good.
You don't have to
I'm
read
good.
G.I. Joe to love
You don't have to read
Baroness.
G.I. Joe. You're good. It's war.
Picked up. I had to pick this one up because I think this is one of the better covers Mayhew has done in a
Yes.
while. This is his artist
Yeah.
proof of the
Nice. The Ahsoka.
awesome.
Rosario.
And I will be going seeing her next month.
Ahsoka.
Zero Dawson.
Yeah.
Get the Mandalorian number. I forget the number.
Number 5.
He doesn't say what number
Number
it is, but Dom knows. Well done.
Yeah, I'm going to be seeing Rosario Dawson in Awesome Con next month.
All right. Tell her I said hi. And then lastly, speaking of Spider-Boy, this is his original art from a cover Spider-Boy. So this is original art from Mayhew.
Nice.
Spider-Boy number 1 cover.
Nice.
And
Never
that's it
knock
for this week.
original art. It has a big market that is pricey.
Yeah, that was this one. I was surprised. This one didn't actually. I think I paid like $100 for this one, so not bad for original art. Of
That's
course,
cheap.
it's not the big sheets that you see a lot of times. This is just a regular. I don't know, 8x10, 8x11, something like that. So
Yeah.
that's all I got.
All righty.
Who's next?
Me?
I can go. I'll go next or whoever.
You go next.
There, I'll throw you up. I'll throw you up there, Sticks.
The Sticks.
It'll let me- There you go.
All right. Throw up some whatnot purchases that I had. Some of this I haven't opened in a couple weeks, so I got myself some Whitman Buck Rogers.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
nice.
love
Those
I
Yeah,
like that.
these were beautiful, and I got them for.
Gonna get me talking about my Gil Gerard
Another-
meeting again.
There's another.
Don't start me
Whitman
up. Jedi.
newsstand.
Don't start me up.
nice.
guy.
One of my favorite British series, Space 1999.
Great. Is that Martin Landau there? That's a good.
Martin Landau. Yep. That's a nice one. I picked up a nice minty foil for Bruce to look
Foil?
at and gaze at. Battle of the Planets.
What?
Oh,
Foil?
nice. That's fun.
Nice.
When did that come out?
2015. Something like that, right? I think it was 2015.
Nice.
Just that's the Top Cow Image crossover.
You're so lucky, Ed. Who keeps doing that?
No, I'm sorry. We're battling, Jedi. We're battling.
Yeah, I'd say he's lucky.
One of my favorite shows. I think you
The
remember
hookers
this
ever
one.
try to pick me up.
Ooh, Lancelot Link, Secret Chimp. I love
Yep,
Lancelot
Lancelot
Link.
Link.
I've never heard of that.
How have you never heard? The show was the best. They would shove bananas in their mouth to make it look like they were talking.
We've covered it on this show.
Yeah,
Obviously, I wasn't watching the show when that segment
you're
happened.
missing out. Lancelot Link is fantastic.
He was on the show.
And
we just
Matahari?
weren't paying attention.
Yeah, he probably. Gold Key Battle of the Planets issue 4,
Oh, that's pretty.
Ooh.
and then I picked up a couple issues of Innovation, one of my favorite comic
Oh, yes.
publishers.
Oh, nice. The Dark
Oh.
Shadows.
Dark
Dark
Shadows.
Shadows. Is that the second series?
I love Innovation books, but they're always so.
This
beat to
is the
hell.
first series. That's the first series. I did some online bidding on another site that I don't usually, but they had this on there. I said, you know what? Because I might take it out of the package because I already have a copy of this one. I picked up a Battle of the Planets Jason action figure.
Nice.
So I've already got the whole set. So this one might just go on my shelf.
His
It might
name is
actually come
Ken
out of the
in Japan.
package. And for my last part, I'll do a little bit of Bruce's favorite tape hunters for him.
Ooh.
These are also whatnot. This is a volume set. I bought this for $1, and I went online to find it. Look for it. This is more expensive than I thought it was online. So this is a like a college course DVD series. I didn't know what it was.
Great courses, yeah.
I like historical type stuff once in a while, so I picked it up. I looked
Those
online.
great
It was like
courses
$100.
No, they're just fun to watch.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I bought a copy of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I didn't have this, so I figured why not for $1. And I wasn't there in 1999 to stand in line, but I can watch it on DVD.
Oh yeah.
Waiting
Nice.
in line for the Phantom Menace. I've never seen this,
That's
so
cool.
I said I'm gonna watch it. Got a copy of Flash Forward. I'll run through these a little bit quicker. I got some National Geographic. I got some Mummy stuff. And then I got this copy of Lord of the Rings, National Geographic for New Zealand. Got to go through that.
Well, that sounds pretty cool.
And
Man
from
Oh,
Uncle.
Man from Uncle.
Nice.
This is season 4. That'll get me started on those seasons. And this one doesn't have a cover, but I got some. I just bought some CDs. Here's Wicked. Here's some soundtrack type stuff.
Hey, you getting
They had
everything
a-
freaking Stitch. What the hell, man?
They had a Doctor Who. They had a Doctor Who Big Finish album. Why not? I don't know why I bought this. It
We
looks
don't know
interesting
we
to
don't
me.
either.
Looks
I don't know
interesting to me.
Oh, you're banned. When you guys getting back
Yeah.
together?
Never.
Well, the original band probably will never get back together. It's unfortunate. I bought some.
Styx looks like he's like filming in like a little closet, but I think he's actually in a warehouse or something. He's just in a corner, and his Wi-Fi modem's on the other side of the warehouse. That's why it's so shaky.
Yeah, that's why it's so horrible. Jurassic
When he
Park,
looks up, he's looking at an elevator. That's what he's looking up at.
Mortal Kombat.
Annihilation.
ET soundtrack. Why not? I have this on cassette, so I got it on CD.
Nice.
And then some Broadway stuff, just to listen to in the car.
You should
All
never
I'm
go out on
saying
a
is,
down note there.
when Dom shows stuff, you kind of have a 1 in 5 shot of knowing what he's about to show you. Styx, you have no freaking idea what he's going to pull out of.
Six freaking
Yeah,
scratch the bottom of the
I'm
barrel.
all over the place. That's for sure.
Yeah.
God, Lord.
Everything,
That's
big
it for
guy?
me.
All right, Dom.
Yep, let's do it. I was able to get this Ultimate Spider-Man from Comic Quest. They also have a Virgin cover too, which I have to pick up eventually, but I like it. Green Goblin in the cover. Really cool variant cover. Comic Quest. So I got a couple of Cobra Commander variants. I got the 1 in 10 Cobra Commander.
Took you long enough.
And I got the John Gang variant from Bird City Comics. Cobra Commander.
All right.
Also, I was able to get from Spectra Comics the Negative Space.
I got your Lilo and Stitch.
Yep. I got that.
I know you were
With his avocado eye.
hoping to score those.
I was able to get this off of eBay a couple of about a week ago, and it came. Finally got my Sprouse Boba Fett and Jango Fett cover. Got that for the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm.
Daniel Logan's going to be at Nickel City.
Yes, he is. Also, I got another one of these, which I showed last week. It's the prototype. It's a custom of the Hungarian bootleg that came out. So I got that. Another one of those.
The Boba Fett.
Okay. So this is what I got. This is the special thing that I got. So this he's a customer. He makes custom pieces, and his name is Bosk Toys, and this is the box, the Spawn variant box.
Oh, nice.
Pop Customs.
That's cool.
You got that little
Sparkle
hologram
going on there.
I think your box is empty.
You got
I was
that.
going to say, now you're buying empty boxes, Dom.
No,
He's
it's
buying
not
empty box.
It's not empty. I got this. It had to come separate because
Why?
it's Spawn. The
Because he has
pieces
to
are right
hold
here. The cape and everything that goes to Spawn, but it glows in the dark, and it actually is a custom-made piece. Spawn, because Spawn doesn't. The Funko Pops do not have the license of Spawn, so made a custom, and he has a skull in his hand, which is pretty cool.
Do they custom the inside plastic as well to fit the figure in, or no?
What? Yeah. Yes.
So I'm confused. So it wouldn't come in. You didn't come in the box because the stand is too big, or
No.
why
It
wouldn't
didn't come in the box. It came separate. He wanted to separate everything, so it's a custom-made box. And so when I get a chance, I can put in the box. Just at the cape. So here's the pieces of the cape. They're not connected because it's very delicate. It could break in route. So all the pieces came. I can hook this up myself.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing, Cosmic. I've been doing this a while. I do tread lightly, though. You're right.
Nah, but yeah, so the custom made, everything's custom. So box, so I can open the box and put the piece in if I want to, but I can't put the whole thing because
Yeah, that would have been cool.
yeah, the cape right now is like it's a little big. So if I want to take
Like the acoustic paneling that's in there too. That's nice.
Yeah.
So
Like
yeah,
the eggshell. Like the way they soundproofed it.
There's all padding inside there. He made it look really good, man. So I appreciate
Before he
it.
does his voiceovers.
Now the only
It's a
thing
cool
is
box.
to do is if I see McFarlane at a con, would he sign this box?
No.
Or he'll
No.
like say, take
He
it
won't.
and destroy it because it's not real.
I mean,
I don't think he'll take
Wait.
it, but he probably
bring,
won't sign it.
bring it to him on a Sunday, late in the day. So when you get thrown out, the weekend's already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Todd would say, "Let me custom crunch that box for you."
That everything done?
Let me see that. Let me call 911 now. Thank you very much. But I'm Dom Tober. You don't know who the fuck I am.
On the whole damn show, you'll say.
That's it. The whole damn show, baby. That's it.
I didn't have that much.
I need a drink after that.
Let's see. I picked up.
Go ahead. Go get a drink.
I picked up Thumbs. I just wanted this series for a while and just found some cheaper
Hey, that
copies.
sounds like Bruce's story. Thumbs.
Also,
waiting on
because
You want to see me where I put my thumb? All
I
right.
wanted a nice, cleaner copy of it, I got the
Listen.
full set, the Sienkiewicz Electra miniseries, which is always nice.
Whatever you do in your private time, keep it.
A little Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane, Neil Adams cover.
Nice.
Nice.
Of course, I got my flops this week
Now, why is her stomach look big? Like she has a bigger.
because we like them thick.
The old burlesque style.
And I got a really sharp copy of Where Monsters Dwell,
Ooh,
which
nice.
reprints Journey into Mystery 60 and 67. So
That's nice.
it's a nice dick. It's a nice Ditko
30
cover.
The
Did
31.
you page count it?
11.
11. Okay.
Yeah. It was nice. It's
Uh-oh.
it's very clean. It's about a 9. So I was very happy. So
So Joe,
I was happy to
Joe
just-
comes in. Joe gets the win at the last second. He pulls out the win.
it was a short stack this week of stuff. I have in between orders. I got stuff coming and
Well, Styx thought he was going to throw everything at us but the kitchen sink and walk away with a victory, but apparently not.
yeah, Styx, you
Apparently
only
I
lost it
should've
because you threw up the Broadway at the end. I think that's
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I should have brought the kitchen sink.
yeah. All righty. Let's get us back up here on the screen.
What is Bruce for writing down?
Dom and his
Overall.
many atrocities during this stream.
All right. Let's take a look at a few comics here for the now and later.
If it's not on here, I'm going to be disappointed. Joe, I'm just going to tell you.
I know. So this week, I love the Avengers Twilight series in general. I'm really enjoying reading it, and all the Acuna covers are great throughout this whole series. If you look at the previews and what's come out so far, the covers are great. It's a great read. So I recommend it. And for some reason, the A cover for Twilight, Avengers Twilight 1, which was on the Hot 10, is selling really well for just the open order A cover. I'm a big fan of Distillery. They're, as a label, they've been putting out really high quality books, really great variants with great art, great writers. And Somna 2, the 125. I'm a sucker for a Tedesco cover, and it's a great Tedesco cover, so I had to go with that.
Does the story tell you what's going on in that picture? Because that's a weird.
She looks like
Looks
she's
like
getting
Billie
a
Eilish.
tree from behind.
It's Somna
What did you
is
say, Dom? I missed it. I want to hear what Dom. What does that look like, Dom?
She's getting hit from behind from a tree.
What?
the
Okay.
Did you see Evil Dead? Evil Dead when
Evil
the girl
Dead.
got.
Oh, that's what you meant by hit. Okay, write that down, Bruce. Right. I thought it was something.
Right.
the genre for Somna is it's
I ran out of
considered
room.
folk erotic horror. So
I know the back of the page. Flip it over.
Look it over.
But there's some great Becky Cloonan covers, some Tula Lote
Yes.
covers. It's good stuff. The title in general has some great. I mean, a lot of great creators are working with that title now because it's basically creator owned. So check it out. There's good stuff. And of course, I'm a huge Steve Mannion fan. So Fearless Dawn, the Bomb, number 3, cover D, the sketch cover is great.
That cover, it looks familiar. Is that a homage to something?
I don't think so. A lot of the Mannion sketch covers look and feel kind of the same, but I don't think it is. But
Now the whole thing is that whole proportion's wrong. You can't be in space and wear a mask. You can't have your body exposed in space.
no one cares.
So I don't understand this whole damn thing.
Maybe she's not in space. Maybe she's on the planet. Maybe she's just walking around. You don't know.
On a damn body, space slut.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe she's like my 6th grade science teacher who liked to wear fish bowls on his head. You don't know.
Yep. And yep. Never underestimate bubble helmet collectors. They're out
See,
there
the-
just like bubblegum collectors.
She definitely has space herpes.
No.
Why everyone dreams.
But never sleep on Steve Mannion. I mean, that IDW Popeye 1 in 10 variant still goes for several $100s.
That's the same artist, right? Is it the Popeye cover?
Yeah, Mannion's good stuff. And Fearless Dawn, I normally buy everything that he does. I enjoy it. Coming up in late April, we got a Conan 10 for all you AHA fans out there. Get a David AHA variant, which is awesome. And then I was thinking about it when you brought up the Buck Rogers covers. We're getting Dick Tracy from Mad Cave coming at the end of April. This is the board. This is the first one is the A cover there, the Borges cover. Borges is also doing the interior art, I believe, for this. There's a lot of great covers on this as well. I believe Mad Cave is also going to be doing a new Flash Gordon series. There you go. Look at that. So there's going to be a Flash Gordon series as well.
And they're doing a new Battle of the Planet series. Gotcha.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. The second cover there is the 1 in 10 Francaville variant, which is also great. There's a Dan Panosian cover that I believe is a 1 in 25. That's awesome as well. There's a lot of good covers.
Ed Beatty Jr. What's his name?
Ned Beatty.
Ned Beatty. Not Ned Beatty.
No, Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty. Ned Beatty was what's his name? Is Superman.
He was squeal like a pig.
Yeah. So I guess he gave the okay for them to do the comic series. I guess give him the right.
I guess so, because he had the right. Yeah, because he had the rights, did he? Or
the rights for the movie.
Oh yes, but
no, I thought he had the rights to the character.
The publication rights.
Oh, okay. I thought he bought the rights to the character
for the movies.
Everything is great about Dick Tracy.
Once every 10 years, he'll go and do an interview as Dick Tracy somewhere to keep the rights.
But yeah, I'm excited about the Flash Gordon coming as well. And we'll probably do something next week to highlight some of the Free Comic Book Day books that are going to be coming on May 1st. Mm-hmm. But there will be a Flash Gordon Free Comic Book Day as well, which I believe is from Mad Cave as well.
The Flash Gordon is a flip book with the Battle of the Planets.
Oh, nice. So you get the sides. Yeah. That's awesome. And
yes, you're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
Oh God,
all these horrible Taylor Swift covers.
I have a question. Is this is a real comic book, right? This is
yeah.
But there's been bad covers. Like this Tidal Wave Productions. Normally, 90% of the covers they do look like they were drawn by a half-blind 8th grader. But
I was so disappointed to see that one of my favorite artists, Greg Horn, did an exclusive of this. I was like, no. Yeah. But he did, cashing in on the Swift.
Yeah, everyone's cashing in on it. But I figure for the Super Bowl, I throw that up there just to piss off any people that are out there.
I can't wait.
Like, I mean, Taylor Swift is like, no, everybody, I'm not going to play Dazzle, or what's her name? Dazzler. I'm not going to play Dazzler. I'm going to create my own character, and I'm going to play myself.
But again, I like to say, people laugh about this. They'll laugh about the really ugly, hideous covers that were selling pretty well
like hotcakes.
But I mean, look, that horrible X-Force 48 is selling like crazy. The Cassidy with the horrible beast Cookie Monster Beast cover and Short Arms Wolverine, so people buy what they buy. But I figured in honor of the Super Bowl, I'd throw it up there.
I can't wait for Taylor Swift to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Speaking of Super Bowl, since we have 34 watching right now, next week. Next week is going to be the Friday before the Super Bowl. Next Friday, I am going to do a giveaway that is Super Bowl related. So I'll just throw out a little teaser. We don't do it. We're not going to. Yeah,
a jock strap
giveaway. It's going to be a slab. I'm going to give away a slab. I haven't decided what slab it is yet. It'll I may throw in a
CGC
jock
graded
strap,
one.
but
Nice.
yeah, if Bruce wins, I'll throw in a jock strap. I mean, it's like,
What? And at this very moment, Jedi is not wearing pants, ladies and gentlemen. Not wearing
yeah,
pants.
trade secrets. But yeah, so tune in next week. We're gonna have we're gonna make the Super Bowl interesting for 2 lucky people. So
Yeah, maybe I'll throw something into. We'll do a few. Have some fun. I need to get rid of some stuff.
I got a whole
All
bunch of
right.
Star Wars stuff I can get rid of.
So this week, kind of piggybacking off of the outside looking in, Duncan Jones has this Rogue Trooper project. So, can these fringe characters survive in the current film economy? Can they possibly make them on the cheap and make them good enough that they'll make money? Is there a market for it? Do you think people will go see it? I mean, back in the day, we used to get a lot of fun, odd superhero movies. Back before superhero movies were a huge thing, we would get things like the Mystery Man,
Tank Girl.
Tank Girl. We would get some off projects like that every now and then. They
Mr.
never
Man.
did. They never did exceptionally well. But do you think something could catch fire enough to get the indie market moving in film a bit?
Yeah.
Well, that's if this even gets made. There's been so many indie projects that get optioned and directors get put to them, and then you hear nothing about it. I'm still waiting for Stray Dogs on Netflix, or Something's Killing the Children on Netflix. Something. They all were optioned years ago.
Yeah, Stray Dogs. I understand, since you'd have to animate it.
This is what we see nowadays. I mean, because DC and MC or DC and Marvel are, I mean, those are the big cats in the room, right? So we're gonna see a lot of these, and I'm cool with it. A lot of these little odds and end, minor, oddball characters featured in something. I'm cool with it. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Is this going to be streaming, or is it going to the theaters? If
Nobody knows.
Okay.
I don't know right now.
Give me a sec. I don't think the article said.
Well,
I don't see this working in theaters myself.
Did it say who optioned it?
No.
No.
I don't believe it
Let
did.
me see if I can find another article, but no, I don't see this working in theaters either. I agree with Bruce. I think this is going to be a straight streaming, if it comes to fruition. Yeah,
I don't know. I think it'll be fun.
Unless they decide to do like a 2080 anthology movie where they use different parts of the 2080 strips. I could see that working.
I mean, this could be a good way to introduce that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, say, if they're using Unreal Engine, I've seen some stuff rendered through Unreal, from that Unreal Engine, that has looked very real. So I'm interested to see what something like that in a full-length feature would look like.
Yeah.
So
I'd be into this.
We'll see.
Yeah, so the article does not, unless there's another article out there, I'm skimming through a couple. Yeah, it really doesn't say where this is going to go. So I'm wondering if this is just a pitch right now by the director of Moon.
Like a whisper campaign.
I see it. I see in the Variety article, it says principal photography has wrapped, and it's supposed to be big.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
I'm surprised it doesn't say where it's.
Unless they haven't decided how they want to distribute it yet, but it's interesting. It's way streaming anymore because so many.
I'll watch this just out of curiosity, even if it sucks. I'll watch it because I'm curious about it because I don't know jack about it. Why not?
I love Judge Dredd, so I will.
Maybe it's not as good as Rebel Moon, but maybe it is.
Well,
What is?
Come on now. Come on now. This.
What is?
I could shit the box. It's better than Rebel Moon.
Leave Rebel Moon
There
alone.
it is. There it is.
I shall not leave it alone.
I like Rebel Moon. It was better than anything Kathleen Kennedy has ever put out. I'm just joking.
Yo, Brucifer.
Okay.
You know,
Kathleen Kennedy puts
people
out.
talk the
what the
shit
heck?
like that. Smell the shit like that.
So I guess somewhat briefly, the Neuralink was successfully implanted in a human. So
Here we go.
Hey, this is great news for Dom. He can finally read a comic book.
there's Reed. He can finally read.
Finally read. Exactly.
Finally
Hey,
get that
come on, I
shit
can
going.
read over there. Come on, I put words. They come out of my mouth over there. Come on.
I don't know. It's very.
No.
It's.
We'll smack you with a chicken parmesan hero.
I know. I know
I
most
love all this
people.
New York jargon that gets thrown around
Yeah.
between these two.
Make sure it's fresh moots on that, please.
Give
Come
me
on.
fresh mozzarella and a figure tomato.
Some
Tomatoes on your
gabagool.
face.
Uh,
The
You get
mortadella.
the sauce, the special sauce.
Oh my
You better
god.
be careful.
I want a gravy. I don't want a sauce. Come on.
You'll get the sauce. You'll get the sauce. There is no gravy on freaking pasta.
There is
I think
gravy. Come on.
I think I'll
No.
try it.
Pasta vazul. Hey.
Hey, come on.
Thank you,
You
DeGrasse.
got children watching.
Us.
So yeah, I
Uh,
don't know. I think this is a big thing. I think for people who have prosthetics and stuff like that, it has a lot of potential. But much like they say they could shut down your car now if you have a linked car at any time, you kind of wonder how much
there's been
autonomy
a-
you'll have over your body.
Yeah, this story has made the rounds on the news channels and the streams and whatnot, and the art, et cetera, websites. The interesting thing is, yeah, a lot of different opinions and perspectives on this. Yes, if it can help improve somebody's life that has, either born with a disabled or suffered an accident or whatever, great. But and obviously this is in its infancy right now. There's not a.
Yeah.
It's gonna take this. We got years to go, I think, before this becomes.
What company is doing this?
It's what's the
Neuralink.
nuts?
Elon owns Neuralink.
Elon, yeah.
Apple.
But they're
I mean,
even
it-
talking about
yeah.
this. I was watching the Pat McAfee show. It was a sports show, and they were talking about how, hey, this cannot make its way into sports at all, because it's like, it's certain. Obviously, it's an advantage to anybody that's got this chip. They use the example of a quarterback where, you can automatically, understand the defense, and this thing is feeding you like, the whole Amazon does all those different statistics and blah blah blah, and the
military's looking into it as well,
of
which I
course,
guess is good since
absolutely.
they just lowered the educational standards again for for enlistment. So
Was it
Yeah,
high?
this
to
thing
begin
will, it'll make them go to PT. They don't have to. It's like,
with?
you are going to PT today. No, I don't want to. Yes, you are.
What happens when this thing malfunctions or someone hacks it?
Zombie time.
it depends on
That's obviously the scare,
how it's
man,
networked.
right?
Is
Yeah,
it number one? Is it networked? I mean, you could say the same thing about a pacemaker.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing about like Joe was saying earlier. All these cars that are out there now. Forget the ones that are totally like automated and drive themselves. You can't
Or
buy a
that
car
crash
anymore
and
that doesn't have
explodes.
a chip or that's not connected to the web in some points, in some ways.
Mhm.
Seems like.
Yeah.
But just think. Obviously, we talked about like helping out the disabled and those with misfortune. Just think, this thing can like, and I'm not for it. I'll never get one of these things. God help me if hopefully I never need one. But this thing can actually help you, like if you're on a diet. You're like, I'm really hungry. No, you're not. You're like, okay, I'm not hungry anymore. I guess
I agree with you, Degrassi.
this thing can like
again,
help.
everything's hackable.
endless.
Everything has good and bad
Hey, listen, no more Viagra.
capabilities.
You go right to your systems. You have to have Viagra, and you can just.
What?
Yeah.
What is Viagra? What is this? You speak up.
How old are you?
like I said, everyone wants electronic
47.
vehicles, but there's so
find
many
out.
chips in those cars. They can lock you out. They can shut off your vehicle whenever
Well,
you
Viagra
want.
is.
They can do whatever they want. At any given time. So, like I said,
Yeah,
It's
goods and bad things.
It's scary because think about it. The T2, friggin' spine, all these different things they talk about with the friggin' robots and people taking over. This is the first step in the evolution of the mega human.
I just want to know, there's a blackout. What you gonna do? You're like immobilized.
No,
Because
press
you're
your
running on a
button.
network.
You press the button, your lights, your eyes go on light. You can see everything.
EM field, cold weather.
Well, again, a pacemaker, you have the
EMP,
exact same
yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
There's existing technology that's in people's bodies that have those same type of vulnerabilities. Probably a little more remedial in terms of what they have, but still,
you can't stop somebody's heart from the internet because you don't like them, your neighbor.
You
Does this
can.
make,
Some of the pacemakers are networked in a way that yes, you.
but this is going to, I mean, in a way you could say, well, it's going to level the playing field, but in a way it's going to like remove the playing field because we talked about sports. What about art? Suddenly I can't draw shit, but suddenly I can draw as good as
Picasso.
any artist out there because I have this
Random
chip.
names.
It's interesting. I like I said,
Everyone, Tom is writing screenplays, and he's hacking into the system to make Kathleen Kennedy agree with everything he says.
There you go.
Yeah, like I said, I think for people that are disabled
always half the
that have prosthetic arms or legs and stuff like that, to be able to have a device in your brain that can control your legs subconsciously and your arms so that it feels like natural basic fluid movement is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree with everything. I guess the big question is this going to be regulated in any way to where you only get it if you qualify with certain disabilities or whatever? Or is it going to be hey, open purchase, sure. you can afford it, you can have it?
Not when you got billionaires and millionaires walking around.
It's such a level of infancy right now that I guess a lot of dumb people do dumb shit, but I mean, all it takes is like one thing to short out and fuck up in somebody's brain to be like, oh shit, then
the brain explodes in the middle of the highway.
Dom knows a guy. Dom will be buying these things he'll buy his out of the back, out of the trunk of some car down. It's like, hey,
look, let me tell you something.
I know a guy.
I got something over here.
Hey, I got some Neuralinks here.
You see the Russian spy pigeons that they're talking about? The
spying?
So this is.
Wait, I don't have Dom's favorites here.
No, it's a true story. It's a true story. Dom's on point.
Yep.
So spy
think about what's gonna happen. You see, that's what happened with Brucifer. He climbs inside a fucking game.
I was just coming across weird stories, and this kid in Australia was caught in a claw machine, and I was like, oh, that's weird.
Gotta win him back.
And then you know what? I started to look into it. I came across like 5 or 6 other stories of this happening.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is not a rare occurrence of children climbing into claw machines.
I wonder if the kid climbed in there or if his parents put him in there to get hey, I've already spent like $30 on this thing. Get your ass in there and get this freaking
drop it in.
I'm telling you, if you just Google online, claw machine mishaps, it comes across like all these news articles of children getting stuck in claw machines because they climb in because it has the big hole at the bottom. They climb in there and they get up in there and then they too dumb to get out.
I'm just going to go solely based on the picture of this child that you selected and say that the parents of this child are not bad parents. This kid is obviously eating and he's got clothes on his back. So I'm not going to say these parents are bad parents. I will say these parents. So it's. I will say that they have
the dingo ate my baby.
A lapse in good parenting. I'll just put it that way. There is no way. I mean, my kids are grown now, but even when they were younger, no way I leave my kids alone long enough for them to climb inside. At that
Especially
age,
not a 3-year-old.
climb inside one of those freaking claw machines. It's just not
Yeah,
gonna happen.
especially not a 3-year-old.
Yeah. I think the dad put him in there. Like, go up in there and get this thing.
I mean, as a kid, like for the first like 2 minutes, it would be so much fun, and then it would be absolutely terrifying.
He'd be crying.
Yeah.
I want out of here.
Because you're in there.
I think
you're
they had to
walking
call
around,
the cops because the kid wouldn't come out. The dad's like, okay, and the kid got in there. He goes, no, I'm good. I'm going to stay.
Oh,
And they're like, no, come out. He's like, no, I'm good. So they had to call a cop.
That's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe when I was looking at this how many of these stories actually exist. How many children get caught in claw machines in a given year?
I'm just going to say that Dom was a very cute child. He's a cute baby. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Yeah, there was Boba Fett in that claw machine.
Somebody won a very cute Dom Tober.
And I don't know. I got stuck on a bunch of weird stories this week. There was a Savannah family that was displaced after bats took over their house.
Yes.
So apparently a full colony of bats took over this person's house.
That doesn't happen
Everyone-
overnight, though. Come on.
Everyone in the
fuck
house
does
had
that
to get
happen?
rabies shots, which is awful.
Like a rat. They're rats with wings. That's what bats are. Rats with wings.
Yeah, and I learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes bats' teeth are so small that you don't realize you've gotten bit. So everyone in the house had to get rabies shots.
And Brucifer.
I mean, I can understand. I can like,
I'll
okay,
bite
hey,
you,
bats have infested our attic or whatever. I get it because I mean, in their living room, in their bedroom. How does that happen? How do you ignore
I have no clue.
bats happening?
You live near Wayne
I
Manor, I guess. I don't know.
I have one bat story. It's not
Uh-oh.
interesting, but we were out to dinner with some friends one night, and we came home, and there was one circle in our ceiling fan in our kitchen, and we had to get rid of it. I don't
How
know.
do you get in, Dom? I'm sorry.
You'd be surprised, there's tiny. They can squeeze
They are
through
tiny.
stuff.
That's the only time we've had that problem.
No, they
but
knocked
I
at
don't
the
know.
door and they said, "You gonna let me in? You can come in." That's how
Don't let 'em
vampires get in.
Don't let them in.
So I wanted to ask you all: have you had any indoor animal experiences? Thank you, Styx. You've had a bat experience. Yes, they do. You can buy bat. I have bat boxes in my backyard for bats because I get a bunch of bats in my backyard, and it's like a birdhouse for bats, and they'll eat a ton of mosquitoes in your yard.
I have a bat story, but not a bat in the house story. When I was stationed, so Okinawa has bats, and they have some decent sized bats, not these little tiny ones. They have some decent sized bats, not the huge ones like you see in the Philippines, but they have some decent sized bats.
Those are scary as shit.
Yeah, but I was walking. I was out in the evening. I just decided. I think I was taking my dog for a walk, and I walked underneath a tree branch that was kind of out over the sidewalk a bit, and I startled a bat, and so it like started flapping and took off. Scared the holy shit out of me. I was like, I about passed out. That thing scared me so bad. It was just like. And it flew off, and I caught my breath, and we had a lovely evening after that. But it scared me to death.
It's amazing where bats are. I was in Egypt in the Wadi Natern at the monastery of Saint Bishoy, which is out in the middle of nowhere. It's a Coptic monastery out in the middle of the desert in Egypt. There is literally nothing for 30, 40, 50 miles all around you except for desert. Then you come into this walled-in monastery that was built in the 3rd century.
A little bit.
And I was staying there, and it was in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nothing, bats everywhere at night. It was crazy. They're crazy creatures.
My brother got hit in the head with a bat. Not the baseball bat. I didn't hit him with the head, but as he was walking, a bat flew.
Dom hit his brother with a baseball bat. What kind of family you come from, dude?
Yes, I'm very violent towards my family. I hurt them
noticed.
in submission to love me.
I just want to address what AOA said about me being soft. there's some truth to that, all right? Because I'll honestly be if there's like a bat that's gonna like scare the shit out of me, or if there's like hey, if there's a mouse or something, and that mouse runs at me, I'm getting out of the way. That mouse knows if a little mouse runs at me, he knows something I don't. He knows something. He's packing. He's got something.
Packing.
He knows something if he's going to charge me as big as I am.
I might have a candy bar.
MICKEYMOUSE.
Mickey Mouse.
Anybody else have any house?
Sure,
dust issues?
I've woken up a few times and there have been bears in my house, and it was such a bitch to call Uber to get them out.
Yeah.
There's the rim shot. You're an idiot.
It took me 5 seconds to catch that one. 5 seconds. I'm ashamed of myself.
I figured where it was going.
I get about 8 or 9 snakes in my basement every.
Styx knows me so well.
Every fall. But
well, he was on the cat.
Okay, so that's a good question. Would you rather? Which would you? I don't know. Okay, so bats, snakes, or rat infestation. If you had to take one, I'm taking bats. I think.
I'm fine. I'm fine with the snakes as long as as long as they're not poisonous. The ones I get in my basement, they're not poisonous, so I have no problem dealing with them.
Nah,
nothing. A 5-gallon bucket and a long stick can't.
Them fucking bats can sleep at the foot of my bed for all I got. There ain't no snakes coming in my house.
Snakes eat
I live in Hawaii. We don't
snakes
have
eat the mice.
You got Stitch. Stitch is over there. Don't worry about it.
My big brother.
One of my friends, he has like $1 million home in Bushwick. That's when it was cheap, and his wife was tending to the baby on the 3rd floor of their house, and next thing you know, she hears running, gnawing behind the crib of by the baby. The whole house was infested by rats. And yeah, they had to move out for like 3 months and stuff.
Shit, man. Like a live action Willard and freaking goddamn Ben. The freaking goddamn movies. Michael Jackson.
I love the remake of Willard.
Yeah, right.
Crispin Glover. It's fantastic. All righty. I think last on our list here, Hulu is the latest streaming service to crack down on password sharing. So joining Netflix to start cracking down. And I figured this would also lead into some interesting statistics because people don't understand what an absolute shit show of a business streaming is. Mm-hmm. Number one, people don't seem to understand what churn rate is. Churn rate is how many people basically leave their subscription. And while the churn rate on a monthly basis might be 2 to 6%, that means on a yearly basis, someone like HBO Max or Disney or something basically has a 40-ish to all the way up to 67% churn rate, meaning that's how many people are basically canceling out of their subscriptions, which means you need to pull that many more people back in on a regular basis as well. So it becomes a huge mess for streaming.
How do they get these numbers?
Well, you can get the numbers from providers. I mean, the annual reports for most of these companies will provide a lot of
they have to disclose that kind of information.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of people that cover the churn rates, both the monthly and whatever. But I mean, it means you have to constantly be pulling in new subscriptions. Granted, some people do leave and then come back, leave and come back, and that's churn as well. But a lot of people leave and don't come back. So, for example, the percentage of unauthorized users who purchase a subscription after they've lost their access, Max actually has the highest of 24%, whereas Amazon has the lowest, which makes sense because Prime is expensive. But yeah, you're not gaining back everybody. You're only gaining back at most a quarter of people. So streaming is a bit of a mess. So they're gonna have to find ways to increase revenue in different ways. So start enjoying ads on your streaming because you're gonna start getting them in all of the services eventually. They're gonna find all kinds of other ways to stick you.
But Joe, wasn't streaming supposed to take over cable?
Yeah. Yep, that's what they said. That's what they said. And truthfully, I think most people enjoy streaming more than cable for the most part. It's very consumer friendly in the sense of, oh, I'll watch something, I'll drop it, I'll pick it back up, I'll do whatever. But from a corporate standpoint, it's a shitty mess. I mean, unless you're someone like Apple TV, Apple doesn't give a shit. Apple has so much money, they can just push it as a little bonus for, all the devices that they sell. They don't really care. They can afford to lose several $billion a year streaming, and it's not going to make a damn of a difference to their bottom line.
You also got to take into account people have 4 and 5, up to 7 services.
I have more than that.
They cancel one, they get it back a month or 2 later. It's insane, and then they complain about their bills. Just saying.
It is, but I mean, this is one of the biggest issues for the streaming services that they have to overcome. So when people talk about, oh, it's shitty content or this or that, it's churn rate is what they have to deal with.
The Hulu is gonna March 14th is when they said Hulu is gonna start assessing or enforcing or whatever, and they say that they're really looking at, I guess, password sharing outside of your household or your residence. They're actually saying, so I guess physical address, I guess is what they're looking at.
Outside of your IP address.
IP address.
Yeah, IP address. Yeah.
So I guess my question is, and I guess there's got to be a threshold, because if you're like me, I don't travel a lot, but I do travel. And when I'm in a hotel room or whatever, I'll log on to Hulu and watch TV or Apple or whatever. And obviously that's going to be a different IP that I'm using. So there has to be a threshold as to, okay, you're allowed, as you're allowed to do so much, as opposed to me giving my password to my son who lives in Tennessee and he just uses it all the time. I guess it would exceed some sort of threshold, and they would be like, no, something's wrong here.
I'm guessing with the app, if you have it as an app in some cases, they can probably tie it to the device ID as well, so that you basically are registering it to that device ID. But it's messy,
convoluted.
Just carry your Fire Stick with you.
That's what my buddy keeps telling me, just to do a Fire Stick, and I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't give a shit. I don't care when I go other places. I don't really care about accessing my streaming stuff. I hate watching stuff on small screen anyway. So, but just something to think about for streaming.
I travel with a laptop and an HDMI cable. I plug into the hotel.
I always have an HDMI cable. You never know.
Yeah.
So the things are going to get interesting in the streaming market over the next couple of years, just because of the economics of it.
And I think the password sharing also applies to Disney, because Disney owns Hulu.
Yeah. I mean, once all that's going to fold. Disney, Hulu, and depending on what they do with ESPN Plus, those should fold into an umbrella app at some point. Max.
And Netflix gives you an option to add an extra household for $10 more or whatever.
To retouch what Joe was saying earlier about commercials and advertising, as long as they offer some sort of premium subscription where you can opt out of advertising, I think that would be cool if they wanted to lower the price a little bit. Maybe that draws in more.
You can see the price differences on this chart as well for that. The first number there is the subscription with ads, and then the second number is the ad-free version.
Yeah.
So for, so Peacock is 2 times the price to get it ad-free for the year.
Like Spotify, Spotify, the commercial free, you got to pay that damn extra money, which sucks.
Well, at least on the commercials, we talked about this a little bit last week. I think I mentioned it. At least on the commercials on streaming services, they give you the countdown clock, so you actually kind of know how long you have.
I like to call that the shit or piss timer.
Yeah,
time to take a shit or a piss.
Tubi is not that bad with the commercials and ads. It's not that bad, really.
Well, it's a free service. You just kind of like, okay, I can deal with that. Pluto, on the other hand, Pluto, it's like, why have I been on this Pluto screensaver in between a commercial for 10 minutes? They run some
I've never watched Pluto.
long things.
Well, you know, like YouTube, it has the commercials when you go on. It has a little box that
I don't have
like,
commercials.
But well, on YouTube, what I do is actually I just go by and I click back on again, and it'll be five seconds instead of 25 seconds. I don't give a shit about commercials. I don't care.
Down trying to hack the system.
Yeah.
Fuck the system,
I
man.
think the problem is if you've gotten used to not having commercials, it's very hard to get used to going back to having.
Listen, when you had no commercials, now you watch streaming services. You watch like Peacock and all stuff like that. And you get commercials when you're watching a freaking goddamn an event, which is stupid. You're not supposed to have commercials. It's all dumb.
Alrighty.
Well,
So-
I will say the one benefit is I still have my Max for free because of AT&T owning WB back in the day. They still haven't taken it away from me.
That's
I'm
something.
winning.
That's something. Now they just got to put some shows on there. That'll be great.
Come on, it's great content on there.
There's great content that you can get through relatively quickly if you've had it for a while.
Yeah. For me, when cable, when we lost Adelphia Cable locally, and they went to Time Warner, that's when cable went to shit.
Spectrum sucks.
Right, I hate Spectrum.
I hate it.
I'd rather have Group W back, and they were shit.
It's like literally every night around the same time, they freaking want to do Wi-Fi internet tests, and everything shuts down. Just like, what the fuck?
11 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah, Freebie's not too bad. I know Prime seems to be the easiest for me because I can do the add-ons through Prime. So if you want Paramount, you want Stars, you want any of that stuff through Prime, you could just add it in so that you're just going through Prime, you can access those channels, and then anytime I want to get rid of those other services, you just go to my Amazon account.
Yeah, this is a
that's
good
right.
place.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, this is a good chart to really keep in mind about the services, because I was just looking at Peacock, which I have Peacock with commercials, but would I want to pay double just to get no commercials on Peacock whenever I don't really watch but Peacock series, but maybe 3-4 times a year?
Peacock has Days of Our Lives, just saying.
Yeah,
Like sands through an hourglass. Yeah, no, it is. I mean,
Bring back Santa Barbara.
like I said, a lot of them really just start. I mean, before the ad tiers, like Hulu was, I think, the first that offered the ad-free tier with Hulu.
but it's
and
not
you
really
paid
ad-free.
Way back when Hulu was one of the first streaming services, you know, it was like you pay $2 more a month for it, and you got ad-free, and I was like, oh, that's fine. But now they're really starting to differentiate those prices for ad-free, and it's only going to keep getting worse. So,
And Degrassi pointed out that Amazon, to get rid of ads now, you have to pay an additional $3 soon. So
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm starting to get used to ads again. So, yeah, it is what it is. That's my screed on streaming for the week. Now, what you have all been waiting for, That's Not a Comic Sale of the Week. Jedi.
That's not a comic sale of the week. So yeah, this week, like I talked about last week, these are getting a little more interesting every week for us to find something to talk about that's not a comic sale that we think is interesting. So this week, I found that you can get, I think I knew this already, but you can get your ticket stubs for concerts and such graded by PSA, and you can sell them for a good bit of money if that's what if you want to part with them. So here's a couple of examples, and then maybe we'll go and talk a little bit about concert histories that we've experienced. But anyway, 1966 Beatles, their last concert, graded a 7 by PSA, sold with a best offer accepted of $18.50 back in late November. For anyone that's probably older than me, that would be a good thing to have. More my speed would be the 2016 Prince, his final concert, also graded at a 7, sold for $750 back in mid-November. And then finally, this is pretty interesting for those of us that grew up in the 80s and remember the whole Live Aid concert. 1985, obviously Live Aid had multiple bands: Who, Sting, Elton John, Phil Collins, Queen, I think, et cetera, et cetera.
Queen, the best band ever.
Yeah, they're a good band. So for $750, now this one wasn't graded. This is just PSA authenticated. Sold for $750 back in early November. Do any of you guys still have any concert ticket stubs from when you went to a concert?
I do.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I have a few of them. I have Slipknot. I have what
about
Slipknot,
your
I have
balloon on?
Ozfest. I have Ozfest.
Yeah.
I have Metallica. I have a whole bunch of different ones somewhere in the box. In the boxes, I have a whole bunch of ticket stubs.
I got the Ramones on one of the last tours they were on right before they kind of broke up. I have some of those tickets. Most of my tickets are small bands from the 930 Club down in DC. I just always kind of kept those in my back pocket. So I got those sitting around. Two Maytals. Stereo.
I think the only one, and I don't even know where it would be, that I would have, I think I still have the ticket stub from my very first concert, which I'll go ahead and give it out, even though it is one of the security questions on some websites. You ever notice that? What was your very first concert? That's one of
I've been getting that's fun.
my very first concert, and I'm not a big concert guy. I know I'm going to be in the minority, and the chat's going to eat me alive a little bit. I prefer the studio sound of an album compared to a live album. I'm not a big concert goer. I have probably been to a handful of concerts in my extended life. My very first one I've ever went to, and I think I may still have the ticket stub, was Chicago. That I went to back in
nice Pittsburgh,
all the time.
Pittsburgh Cosmic.
Chicago. That would have been late
Peter
80s,
Cetera?
very late 80s. It was still with Peter. No, actually, no. I don't think it was with Peter Cetera. Now that I think about it, I think it was with the new singer. I don't think it was Peter Cetera.
They had a hell of a brass section.
It was a good concert. I mean, it was a lot of the songs, a lot of the stuff I knew. Well, the later stuff I knew. They had some earlier stuff like Saturday in the Park, which is a great song, but I didn't really know it at the time. And a lot of their older stuff has, like you said, has some great horn parts to it. So, but that was my first concert. And
I used to go when I first moved down here out of college, I lived pretty close to DC, and pretty much every weekend I'd go to the 930 Club or the Black Cat down in DC and would see live music constantly. There were always great shows. But my first show I ever went to.
Saying that's his first concert or my first concert. I don't know if he's taking a guess there or what.
My first concert, when I was in 8th grade, I saw Public Enemy, which was a great show. But it was me and about 4 of my friends, and this shows you what the 80s were like. My parents just dropped us off. It was an arena show down in Pittsburgh. My parents just dropped us off. It was Kid and Play, Public Enemy, En Vogue, Digital Underground, and Heavy D. And that was one hell of a show. It was fun. It was a great experience. Fun show. That was my first one. It was good.
I haven't seen that many. I've seen AC/DC. I want to say I've seen Whitesnake. Maybe, yeah. Well, not a lot. I saw a little bit of ZZ Top before my buddy. A group of us went to see ZZ Top at the Tacoma Dome in Washington, and our friend got so drunk he threw up in the people's seats before and sitting in front of us. Luckily, they weren't sitting there yet, but he threw up all over their seats. So we got kicked out of the concert. So I did get to see about 10 minutes of ZZ Top before we got kicked out.
I was never in my true concert going years. I never liked big shows. I couldn't stand big arenas and stuff like that. So I always tried to go to small club shows and stuff like that. I think the last big show I saw Dylan at an outdoor arena at one point, but outside of that, it's always been small shows because I'd always be able to find somebody that would either know the band or know somebody there, or like I went to go see Jonathan Richman from the Modern Lovers, who, if you've ever seen a Fairley Brothers movie, he's a guy that's always singing in Something About Mary and many of the other Fairley Brother movies.
Terry's
he was just hanging out. He was just hanging outside the 930 Club when I walked there. Just walked up to him, sat bullshit with him for about 15 minutes, and then went in and watched him perform. So it was always
me
fun.
and my wife went to Philadelphia a couple of years ago to go see the Script. The Script's a good band to see in live and concert.
I've only seen a few bands and concerts. Of course, Iron Maiden, Skillet, Stone Sour, Korn.
I've been to Stone Sour, Korn. I've been to all those.
Yeah, I didn't really care for concerts myself.
Plenty of corn around here.
I saw Cheap Trick live, and that was fun. That was a fun show.
Pop Evil, go see Pop Evil live. They're great.
Yeah. And I used to go to a lot of punk shows too, so that was always a lot of fun. A lot of dive bar punk shows and good stuff.
If anybody has any ideas, because like I said, this gets a little tougher every week to pick something that's not a comic and kind of highlight it and talk about it. Anybody got any ideas? Shoot me, put it in the chat or the comment, or shoot me. Let me know on IG. Help me out, because these. I got an idea for next week, but beyond
how about sneakers? Sneakers.
Yes,
I thought about sneakers. Yeah,
they have a whole bunch of sneakers that are coming out. I've been watching videos. The sneaker guys been like they're like videos guys dropping sneakers off and people buying the sneakers.
That's a weird market. Those people are crazy.
It is a weird market, yeah. So, all right, maybe we'll do sneakers next week.
There's all those videos online of like some guy goes up to some table and is like, "I'll pay you $80,000 for this table of shoes." It's weird. It's a crazy collectible.
So
the sneakerheads are really big
Next week, Styx is going to show us his pickup. He's going to have nothing but shoes. He'd be like, hey.
Styx is going to have a bunch of
Tom McCann and kangaroos.
Bunch of hush puppies.
Lottos.
Kangaroos.
Yeah. Look at these neck shoes I picked up. These penny loafers.
You're gonna have
all right. What we got next? I think I can't wait for what's next.
I do agree. They don't count as concerts. They are Tuesday night shows.
Damn you, Cal.
Next up, what you've all really been waiting for is trivia with Styx Boy.
Oh, not really.
I'm abstaining from this travesty that is trivia. I am sitting in protest.
I can't wait to see it because the subject this week I know absolutely next to nothing about, so I can't really complain that he's going to be wrong on any of these because I just don't know.
There we go.
Surprise me, Styx.
Oh yeah. So, welcome to another qualified night of trivia.
Need some Styx theme music for this.
Yeah, I need to get like a little Bob Eubanks music going. Where we're going to be covering Danger Girl in our 5-question quiz here.
Who?
The great J. Scott Campbell and Adam Hartnell creation.
Get started. All right, here we go. Which is not a name of a Danger Girl miniseries? Danger Girl, Hawaiian Punch, Danger Girl and the Army of Darkness, Danger Girl, Body Shots, or Aquaman and Danger Girl?
Body Shots.
Body Shots.
No, I'm gonna say D. I don't think DC and Danger Girl, those are two different companies, so I'm gonna say D.
Well, they did have crossovers. They did have some crossovers, so you'll see the crossovers.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with D though. I don't know.
Yeah,
the others just seem to fit better. Terry says D.
Hawaiian Punch? Danger Girl, Hawaiian Punch, the freaking commercial, Hawaiian Punch. I don't know.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think it has anything to do
Oh,
with the drink,
God.
though.
No, that's freaking goddamn.
Might be B.
No,
No, I'm going to stick with D.
no, I actually think A. Maybe A.
All righty.
All right, let's move it up
What do we
here.
got?
So the answer is D, Aquaman Danger Girl. The title was
Is that the
actually
D? There we
Batman Danger Girl. There was a Batman Danger Girl series.
Okay.
So I was
Well,
right,
the
but
freaking-
completely wrong at the same time.
Yes.
The Hawaiian punch.
Typical
Hey,
Styx.
That works too.
All right, next question. The movie. There we go.
Who's Danger Girl, by the way?
In the Danger
It's not a
Girl
person.
video game, what was a major change to the
What?
original story?
I didn't know there was a video game.
Changed to be
Uh,
CIA operatives. Added a new character. Changed to be the Soviets. Or D, was not based on the comic series at all.
I thought it was E. They changed it to Danger Guy.
Only in three. Stop
Wrong
it,
website.
Stop it.
You're just creating your own IP at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What goes on the warp
Well,
mind?
it says major change, but I don't know if Styx
It
is
wasn't
trying
based on the
to
comic series. Maybe D.
F with us here. Terry says A. I'm beginning to think Terry knows something about Danger Girl here. I know it's not D. Enemy change to the Soviets. No.
It was a fun PS1
I'm
game.
gonna say A. I'm gonna say A as well. We got a couple of A's in the chat. I'm gonna stick with A.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Let's go. Let's move it on to the answer, which is the answer was B. They added a new character. They added a new character named JC. This is the picture of that character. JC,
Really?
obviously, standing for.
That's Abby Chase.
Yeah,
Jesus,
Mr.
I
Campbell
thought
there.
she was like in the comics
That's Abby
too.
Chase.
Jesus Christ?
Yeah,
But they-
Jesus Christ.
They did tweet. That's why we love your. That's why we love
I
your trivia. Stuff.
I know.
All right. The villain, Donovan
All right.
Conrad, lost an arm to the Joker. True or false?
True.
Well, you just said they did a Batman crossover.
Yeah, so you're true.
But I
I'm
didn't
gonna say
anything
true,
about
but I
what happened in there. I just said
yeah, but you got
did it.
Batman, you got Joker. I think you're trying to. I don't know what you're doing. Damn it, Styx.
You're trying to Lopez us.
Is he tricking me or is he double tricking me?
for
Triple
the,
dog
for the first
daring.
Apatea.
Yeah. These questions make my head
I'll
hurt.
say boobs. Yeah. Oh, sorry, we both clicked on
That's
it.
all right.
I'll say true. I'll stick with my guns. I'll say true.
True. Anyone in the chat? I didn't see anyone in the chat. Answer.
Nope. Shoot it.
No, they just
All
want to say boobs.
Okay, boobs. Well, boobs are nice, but that's not the answer. So the answer is true. This is from the comic where the Joker slices off his hand, and here you see him clutching his Skywalker arm there.
Not crying as bad as Luke.
Nope,
Killing
not crying
it.
as bad word. Nope. Taking it like a man.
Huh.
Easy, Bruce. All right,
All
question
right.
4. The leader of Danger Girl, Deuce, resembles which 007 actor? A. Timothy Dalton, B. Roger Moore, C. Sean Connery, or D. George Lazenby?
God, I wish it was
George
none of the
Lazenby.
above.
George Lazenby and Majesty.
Roger
Secret
Moore.
Service.
Very underrated 007.
ugh.
Obviously, people never
Resembles?
open the
What
books.
the hell is this shit? What?
Resembles. Looks like.
I don't
Looks
even know
alike.
what I
It
can't
looks
even
like.
comprehend. It's not even.
Do I need to stop using words from my Ziggy calendar?
Styx is not allowed to use the thesaurus ever again.
He's done. Poor
I
Styx.
get it.
Resembles. In other words, you're saying that
So-
Deuce looks like one of these people.
That's what I'm saying. He resembles them. One of them.
Resembles like just they have the same color hair, or like resembles as like looks
If you
like
put them
them.
next to each other, you wouldn't
Basically
be able to
based
tell the
off of that character.
I don't even want to answer this question. I refuse to indulge in
Yeah.
something as frightening as this.
You failed. That's what it is. You failed.
All right, shoot.
Terry says B.
B?
I think Brewster said B as well. So let's
Yes.
see if they're.
All right. And the answer is
I love those. I love
Sean
those skits.
Connery.
I almost said Sean Connery. That's a dude. I mean, that's a girl.
No.
Oh, it's the villain.
Oh.
He's
That's the girls
He's
in Dom's gym.
Oh, that's
he's
Charlie.
like the
I got it.
Charlie. He's like the Charlie in
Yeah,
Charlie's
good,
Angels.
Jim. What are you
All
talking
right. You
about?
should have said it was a dude, Styx. That's some bullshit. You need to help people out.
How many
Danger
007s
girl,
are
we think it's
girls?
a
There are
chick.
no 007 girls yet. Never made 007 a girl.
I'm back to hating you now.
Answers
Go
were
ahead. I was
girls.
liking you
Oh.
there for a little bit.
Make me rethink my entire existence, I guess.
You should. You really should.
Secret Agent Zero in the comic is suspected to be what? A. John Peter McAllister, the Master. B. Snake Eyes.
Dick.
C. The father of Abby Chase. Or D. The Italian thief Diabolic.
C.
Now, this is-
Father
this is
Abby
where you're-
Chase.
This is where you're really gonna hate me. This is where you're really gonna hate me.
Where Styx is digging deep.
Secret Agent
It's like I got to get
Zero.
5 questions out of this shit.
Expected to be.
I will also as a bonus if I'll wait till after. I'll wait till after and I'll come back for the bonus.
What?
Yes, Terry. Thank you. Before the show, was I not saying we need like bra sizes and measurements? That's exactly what I was saying. Me and Terry, we're like, yeah. Sorry, Terry, to bring you down to my level, but
Yeah.
we're thinking the same.
Yeah, I mean it's hard with a 1 to 2 dimensional on page character to get a real measurement.
Nah, you can take a swing at it.
I mean I can
All right,
make
Stixy.
a thumb guess. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say Father Abby Chase. Who gives a fuck?
You know what? I really don't know this. I'll say the Italian thief of
Of course
Alright.
you would.
Double
So,
Dublik.
The answer is both the father of Abby Chase and
I hate
the
you.
Italian thief Diabolic.
All right,
Ooh, we got a
usually,
twofer?
wait. I've taken a lot of multiple choice tests, and if you can choose 2, they tell you choose the best 2 options.
Lopez all
You
over
cho-
again.
If you chose one of those answers, I would have taken it. Then you were correct.
I would never ask Stick for help with homework.
You stoop to a new low every week. Dick.
Holy
A
shit.
new low every week.
So
for the
That's right.
I love it. It's my
So we'll go
favorite time.
back.
It's my favorite time
We'll
of the
go
week.
We'll go back and we'll say now for A, John Peter McAllister.
The Master from Doctor
Okay,
Who.
does anyone know? If anyone knows where I got that from, please put it into the chat. If you know, if you remember what that is. So, that'll be your bonus question for the week. I don't have. I'll post the answer on IG. So thank you for another week of Styx trivia. You're welcome.
I love it.
One
It's
of these
fantastic.
weeks, it's going to be your last week. If you keep this shit up, I'm telling you right now.
I love it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Where did I go? Okay. Oh yeah. Thank you. Thought I was done.
All righty, gang. So let's look at some cover candy.
We definitely need a gong.
Yo, what
Yeah.
they gotta do is they gotta have a Bruce
Oh,
for his
shit.
new game called the Glory Hole game.
What the fuck, Dom? Why are you
Yeah.
thinking about me and Glory Hole in the same sentence? There's a problem there that you should go and discuss with your wife because that's
go over there.
not normal.
If ever there was a time for you to go over there, Dom, it's not go over there.
but
Wherever that is. I don't know where there is. but you
It's
need to
over
get
there.
it's there.
It's over there, but not here.
Stare at Hordak for 5 minutes.
Holy
So let's look at some cover candy. So
Where's my vodka?
good old Danger Girl is not an individual. It's a group of secret agents. Think of it as kind of a sexier Charlie's Angels for the late 90s, early 2000s. Within the group, you had Abby Chase, the large-breasted blonde. You had sisters, the Savage sisters there. And then you had Natalia Castle, who had a couple heel turns within the series as well. So that's basically who you're working with in terms of the ladies. Mm-hmm. Abby Chase, by far the most recognizable. Yep. You got your first taste of Danger Girl in the image previews. One of these previews came poly-bagged in the Gen 13 number 25 as well. But there are also a couple exclusives there, one with the gold foil, one without. So this is where you get your first taste of the Danger Girls and kind of first appearance. This is sometimes called the preview, sometimes called Danger Girl Zero, but it's the preview before the series actually started.
Some of the gold foil came, I assume, in the poly bag. Some of those came signed by Campbell too, I think.
Yeah, a lot of them have in the swell of the back area there where that white space is. A lot of them are signed by Campbell right through that area as well. If you look online, so they got their first series here with Image, and Cliffhanger was also a Wildstorm label as well. So you kind of had the first chunk of these first 4 issues come out through Image and that Wildstorm Cliffhanger label, and then they switched up a little bit. So these are literally this is the variants for the first cover. You got your variants for the second cover, and this is back in the day where you could get dynamic forces of everything. So you got a lot of I think this was either a chromo or it wasn't foil, but it was one of the 90s fads covers on the dynamic forces of the A cover. So you got issue 3 here where you get a nice little Adam Hughes cover. So for you Adam Hughes fans out there, you can find a Danger Girl cover out there to fill out your Hughes collection as well. Again, a lot of these dynamic forces that they would do were just based off of, the A or B cover with either spot foil or foiled cover or chromiograph cover. One of the fun 80s fads. Mm-hmm. Again, most of the covers are done by Campbell. Most of the art, especially the early part of the series. Through the middle, you get some different covers from some different artists, but most of the early stuff is all Campbell. And then rounding out the first chunk of those issues is issue 4. They then switched over to just this kind of cliffhanger label, and there's I think DC owned part of this at one point as well, which is where you end up basically getting a lot of some of the crossover stuff as well, a lot of the reprints, and then it moves over to IDW.
That's diabolic right there.
When I saw this comment by Terry, because I've got a couple of these, but I didn't know some of these things were like super expensive. Yeah. Damn, Terry's right. That Revolver one is they're asking $200 for one that's not even graded. Damn.
Yep.
Son of a gun.
I mean, some of these, some of the covers were subscription covers. Some of them, so there's all kinds of interesting short runs, and like I said, outside of you never had a really long run with Danger Girl stuff. This initial run, where they switched publisher basically halfway through. 1 through 4 is that Image, and then 5 through 7 is this Cliffhanger Wildstorm, which is I think run through DC. So I mean they switched publishers halfway through as well. So that is probably one of the longest runs that exists. Almost all the other series you have of this are 3 issues, 1 shots, 4 issues. So there's not really long runs that go in here. So you'll see a lot of 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s if you're looking through a bin of Danger Girl stuff and looking for stuff. And that's because
crossovers are the ones that have the really good variants.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of them have some good fun covers.
Yeah.
And like I said, as they kind of slowly close out this series here of this first initial run, it ends with 7 with a gatefold cover, which is a nice cover.
Oh wow.
And I don't even think there were any variants on 7 when 7 came out as well. Yeah, and there are tons of trade paperbacks as well where they collect a lot of the stuff. So this is what you end up getting. So this was I believe, San Diego Comic-Con preview as well of Danger Girl. And then you got a handful of these collections. There's 1, 2, and 3 that collected.
Come by the collection issues hard to come by as well.
Yeah, they are. And it's nice. A lot of times, a lot of the trades that you'll have will reprint a lot of the stuff that's there, and then you'll get a little extra part of a sketchbook or just some little additional stuff in there as well.
Yeah, that revolver, a 9.8 of that revolver signed by Campbell, sold for $365.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
I like that fourth cover right there. Nice.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Art Adams, number 2 and 4 there. Those are Art Adams covers for all you Art Adams collectors out there. Arthur Danger Adams doing those covers, which are great. The Campbell covers on this are awesome as well. This is Danger Girl Special. So I don't know. This was probably my favorite set of covers from Danger Girl outside of the G.I. Joe crossovers. Because I think the Art Adams is great. The Campbell stuff is great. And the Mod Bods cover by Campbell is one of my favorite Campbell covers. Of course, you've had some sketchbooks. There was a crossover with Kamikaze, which was interesting if you can find it. Sometimes you can find those in dollar bins. Sometimes they're a little more pricey, but they're one of those late 90s books that gets overlooked a lot. You had a 3D because everyone loves 3D. And then again, like I said, you got a lot of these collections and trades that came through. Hawaiian Punch, great series for all you Phil Noto fans. That's Phil. Cover 1 and cover 3 there.
That's Hawaiian Punch. I thought it was Hawaiian Punch. Freaking goddamn soda, the freaking drink.
Oh yeah.
That's
those. Yep. So you had Hawaiian Punch and Viva Lost Danger.
Don was going to go looking for that flavor, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
But like I said, if you're a Phil Noto fan, there's 2 great Phil Noto covers there. And then of course, like I said, you get Campbell covers all the time with Danger Girl, but like I said, it's nice to see the Phil Noto stuff for fans of Phil Noto looking for early 2000s Phil Noto stuff. These are fun covers to kind of search for.
I like that Anubis on there.
Yeah. There was your crossover with Batman and Danger Girl, which was kind of fun. U covers. Mm-hmm. You got another kind of one shot there with Odd Jobs. You had Back in Black. They kind of came back there. This is when you started to get. You didn't
went on tour
get a
with
lot
AC/DC.
Yep. I guess you could see where Zerdy got some of his ideas with the tattoos. Off Back in Black 3, but these are all done by except for that first cover there, Nick Bradshaw. So you start to get some Bradshaw covers in the Danger Girl series. Same with Body Shots. You got some Nick Bradshaw. And then you have started to get some fun, good crossovers. The Army of Darkness crossover with Danger Girl is pretty good. There's some fun covers in there as well. Some good Campbell covers. because it was Dynamite joint with IDW. You got a lot of the sketch covers, which sometimes in a lot of these books, the coloring is a little rough on the covers for the colors.
Had the rights to Danger Girl?
IDW and Dynamite. Well, yeah, the title switched over to
started
IDW.
off as Image, all right.
Really?
Yeah, started off as Image, but then IDW
Yeah.
picked it up, and then, like I said, the crossovers with Dynamite because Dynamite had Army of Darkness. But there's some good Campbells. This number 2, the second one there, is a great Campbell cover. Revolver, that 3-issue connecting cover is I'm a sucker for connecting covers occasionally. This is one of them. It's just a good, fun connecting cover for the issues, especially since I believe they come somewhat out of order as well.
There we
I
go.
believe which one's first there? I can't. My eyes aren't that great. I think the Abby Chase one was first. Excuse me. And then the Savage Sisters popped in around it. So to get that connecting cover, you kind of got the middle first, which was kind of cool. The G.I. Joe is great as well. And this incentive cover on Revolver is also a fantastic incentive cover for Danger Girl. But the G.I. Joe crossover, definitely a lot of fun. Probably the most famous of the Danger Girl
I have that issue.
covers or titles.
Yep.
Not this beautiful connecting set, which is a fun connecting set as well. It's always nice to see Jinx getting some action. But it is a fun connecting cover. But the Scarlet and the Baroness are by far the 2 most famous, probably Danger Girl books you can probably get in terms of popularity and recognizable within a larger community. The Baroness holding Destro's mask is cool, and the Scarlet is fantastic. It's probably some of Campbell's best work with those 2 covers. But just the straight up covers of this, even when it's not Danger Girl focused, that Campbell cover of Destro, the 3rd one there, is a badass Destro cover if you're a Destro fan. And it, of course, a cool ass Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes covers is never a bad thing as well. The Chase, which was a short series, you got Dan Panosian covers. So if you're a Dan Panosian fan like I am, these, in terms of art wise, these are my favorite Danger Girl covers. There's the Campbell ones that I like, but Panosian, I think just takes it to another level in terms of the covers with this. You also, the subscription versions of these had cosplay covers. So for all you cosplay covers out there, I know a lot of people shit on cosplay covers a lot, but there is a segment of collectors that like cosplay covers. Be it tit covers or be it people that like just actual actors and stuff. I know those Marvel books were big for a while when people were getting, the MCU of Scarlett Johansson and stuff like that on those books. So
sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
The Trinity series, nice little series there. Nice covers that all kind of went together.
Damn, I didn't know there were that many of these things.
These are all, and you're basically getting a full compendium, by the way, in this presentation of pretty much almost everything Danger Girl. I left off very few covers. I left off some trades, and I left out a few covers, but it's pretty comprehensive of what's out there. Like I said, it's a ton of these little, hey, here's a 4-book miniseries.
Are they
2 to
still
3 covers maybe.
Are they still publishing Danger Girl? Because the Wikipedia page, which grain of salt, says that it said 96 to present. So I guess maybe
I
that just
haven't-
means someone still owns the rights. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen much since like 2019. So I'm sure you're putting out. Campbell still sells stuff on his on his website. So, but yeah, there's some great covers in Mayday as well. As you move on with this, you tend to get some better covers. I think Campbell gets a little more composed with his covers as he moves along through Danger Girl. Renegade has some cool variants in it as well.
I like the first one.
Yeah,
IDW.
it's fun kind of pulpy cover. And then like I said, a lot of when it was with IDW and some of the Dynamite crossovers, you can get a lot of the sketch covers, which in some cases look a lot better than the color covers that were available. This is something you can get at Campbell's site. You can get the Danger Girl 20 year covers. There's the 3 variants that exist of that. I think the last one there is only available on his site.
So are these comics or are those trades or hardcover?
I don't believe they're hardcover. I believe it's more trade than hardcover. There have been toys. So if you're a fan of soft goods and toys like that, there were you had a Sydney Savage, you had an Abby Chase, lots of fun accessories. The Sydney Savage has possibly the ugliest mold face I've seen on something that's supposed to be sexy. It's not so hot, but our buddy McFarlane put out some fun action figures. So this McFarlane set is a lot of fun. The Sydney Savage comes with a goddamn alligator. So
Croc, yeah.
So that's fun. They're pretty nice for an action figure. If you like the series, they did a pretty good job with it. It's McFarlane. He doesn't screw around. He puts out pretty quality action figures for a reasonable price. And then you can also get a 3-pack set together as well. So a little set piece there. We also did have statues because everyone loves their statues. So that first one is a sideshow one. That's probably the best statue that's out there of Abby Chase. The Sydney Savage is pretty fun because the set piece is nice with it. Abby Chase ain't bad, but the sideshow one, that's sideshow.
Did she have a pet croc or something? Why does it keep showing?
Mm-hmm.
Did she?
Yeah, I believe he shows up quite a bit.
Nice.
And of course, there was the PS1 game. I had to throw in a nice little screen cap there so you could see the profile of of the character as she's running and gunning. But it was, I mean, it's fun from a comic collectible kind of standpoint, especially if you're a J. Scott Campbell collector. And there are J. Scott Campbell collectors out there that love J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah.
I enjoy him myself.
He does.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's fun if you can find the game to, be able to pick it up because you do have J. Scott Campbell art on the cover. And that is our Danger Girl Spotlight.
We were talking before the show because I seem to remember that there was some speculation about a film. So again, just going by the Wikipedia page. So again, grain of salt. In April 2010, Hitman Agent 47 producer Adrian Asakre, I'm mispronouncing that, announced that he was developing a film based on the comic with Todd Lincoln as director. In 2017, Constantine Film acquired the rights to develop Danger Girl as both a film and potential TV series in partnership, yada, yada, yada. February of 2018, Umair Aleem was announced as the film's writer, and creators J. Scott Campbell and Angie Hartman serving as executive producers alongside Constantine Films. So I think, because I was telling you, I seem to remember this thing heating
Watch
up a
news
bit
and-
about 20 years ago, or about 6 years ago. And then it says in March of 2019, Jeff Wadlow announced to write and direct, and that's the last update, at least on their Wikipedia page. So
Yeah, you
probably
know
fell
what
to the
killed? You know what
wayside.
killed all that? That
COVID.
shit ass reboot that they tried to do of Charlie's Angels. That's what shit on anything like this.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a good point. I was gonna say maybe because this is pretty. It's not the more you learn about it, it's not as closely related to Laura Croft as you might think it is. But on the outside,
No, it's more James
looking at
Bondy
it-
than
Yeah, but just on the outside, just looking at it, if you didn't do any research or read about it, if you just look at it, you might say, "Oh, it's kind of a very close cousin to Laura Croft," so maybe that's why it got nudged to the side. But yeah, apparently it got canceled for some reason. Nothing
Yeah,
after
the,
2019.
Now, not the Drew Barrymore reboot of Charlie's Angels, not that movie, but they made another Charlie's Angels movie relatively recently, maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago, with Christian Stewart, and I don't know. It was roundly panned as a god awful movie.
Yeah, it was the one directed by
bombed at the box
that
office.
by the lady. I forget her name now.
Yeah, and it bombed at the box office as well. So I think that soured Hollywood on pitching out money for
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks. That's the one that was directed by Elizabeth Banks. It was a train wreck.
Yeah. So she got some redemption with Cocaine Bear.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. So there's your Danger Girl Spotlight. I will be putting this thing up on my channel at some point in the next week or so as a quick little PowerPoint that'll run through by itself if you want to look at the covers. I prefer you come back here and just rewatch the show and just listen to us talk about shit and rewatch it when we chapter this thing tomorrow.
Blown away by how much that one is selling for. Wow. I'm going to look and see if I might have that one. I don't think I do, but I have a couple that I absolutely know nothing about.
It's one of those titles that I never really hardcore collected, but every now and then you see it in a bin or you see a cheap pickup and you're like, I love Campbell. Well, I'll pick this up. And you just grab it and throw it in there. And every now and then you end up pulling that piece of gold out of there that you don't realize you had. So that's our Fun Danger Girl Spotlight for the night.
Nope, I don't have it. Damn it. That was fun. Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about this. This is going to be fun.
I threw one more segment in here. I figured, to close out the night, we would talk about some board games. Before all you Utes had all your screens and devices and all that stuff,
we had fun games.
we had to entertain ourselves.
Yep.
We didn't have all
That's
that
called
shit.
masturbation.
A lot of times, you can only do that so
Well,
much until you get chafed.
And you had to, not the masturbation, but in order to play the board games, you had to get somebody to help you to play with. Make sure I draw that distinct line in between what Bruce said and what we're talking about.
And some of us have really good friends.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of us, remember the time where family used to spend time with their children and do productive activities, and one of those things was often a board game. Power goes out, nothing on TV, snowed in, whatever.
Like the lanterns
something
up.
we used to do.
Shoots and ladders and the game of life.
So I asked the guys for some of their favorites, and then I'm gonna kind of show some oddballs to close out the night. So Styx seemed to enjoy Trouble, which I can't disagree with because that bubble in the middle made the best little popping sound.
Yep.
As a kid, you never lost the dice because there was a single die and it was stuck in that goddamn popper. So you never had to worry about that. And it's a pretty straightforward game. You could have your dumb friends over and you wouldn't have to explain how to play the game. It's straightforward.
dumb friends.
That was always nice as well. Oh, we all had some slow friends that
we still do.
Certain board games you couldn't play with them because they were a little.
I know what you mean, Brucifer. Not me. Not me, son.
I believe Bruce, you were Scrabble fan.
Yes, huge Scrabble fan. I've been playing Scrabble since I was like 5, 6. Family nights. I just love embarrassing people playing Scrabble.
It is a fun game to play. Unfortunately, you need people who know math, and said every now and then you get some people who don't know math. So that's always fun. And words, yes. I mean, you can only put ass on the board so many times.
Oh God.
Is an ass.
I can say without any scratching of my head and even thinking about it, I have never played Scrabble even once in my entire life.
Get out of here.
Oh,
I will say.
Name once.
Wow.
How do you
that's weird.
That's
That's weird. I have to admit that's strange.
The most satisfying part of Scrabble to me is putting your hand in the pouch to get the tiles because it makes a fantastic sound with the old wooden tiles.
I like the sounds. The sounds of everything.
It is. It's very satisfying. It's good ASMR type sound, which is always fun. I was a Risk fan. I enjoyed playing Risk because it was one of those games where with friends you would literally engage in a game that could take 2 hours or 10 hours. I played all the way up into my 20s. I'd go over friends' houses and we would get drunker and drunker and more belligerent as the night went on playing the game.
Seinfeld, you created people. You created frogs.
It was, I don't know. It was a fun game. To have multiple people involved. I don't know. It was a fun way to spend a night. Just sitting in, drinking, and playing Risk. So I always kind of enjoyed it. Jedi had Aggravation, which was an interesting game. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of Parcheesi.
Everybody kind of always associates it maybe a little bit with Chinese checkers. I don't know because I don't think I've ever played Chinese checkers. But Aggravation is 100% the best name for this game. Obviously, I think if I remember right, you have to basically the object of the game is to whatever colored marbles you have to roll a 1 or a 6 or something to get them out, and then you have to roll and move them around and try and get them inside the little bank, right, towards the center of your color. And if another player lands on your marble, then you have to go all the way back to the beginning.
Sounds like Sorry.
So it's completely aggravating.
It is very similar to Sorry, very similar to Parcheesi. But this one was better because you had the marbles. So they sat in there a lot better. Whereas Sorry, you had the little looked like chess pawns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Parcheesi, you had little wooden colored discs.
When Joe asked for our picks, I picked Aggravation because it was the most aggravating and probably caused the most fights between me and my brother. But another one I was torn between, was the board game. If someone else picked it, I'm sorry. Payday was another one that we used to play all the time.
Life we used to play a lot as well.
Outside of Monopoly and stuff like that. Also Escape from the Death Star. We played that all the time too. But anyway.
That's fun. So
I have Escape from the Death Star game.
Oh, nice.
Over there.
So I figured I'd pull up some lesser known fun things from our youth. Maybe you remember them, maybe you don't. Maybe you didn't even know they existed. So first off, I actually had this board game. It was the Mad Magazine board game, which was fun. Because Mad Magazine, even for the time, my parents never complained about me reading Mad Magazine, getting Mad Magazine as a kid. And it had some irreverent humor in it that was probably beyond my years. The board game was kind of the same way as well. It was fun and funny, and it was always fun to play with my friends. So And all the money had Alfred E. Newman on it, and it was always really weird denominations. So it was a fun game to play. All the cards were
Good.
kind of unique as well.
Good box top too. I like the box. It's good.
Yeah, it was fun. Like if you're a fan of reading Mad Magazine or Cracked back in the day, it was a fun board game to play. There was actually a Family Ties board game.
Yeah, I remember this.
Jeez.
So some poor son of a bitch had to be Tina Yothers. That's all I got to say. You know, I have no clue what the purpose of this would have been. But apparently it was late in the run of Family Ties because you got the little kid on it who
Did everyone want to be,
seasons.
what's his name, Alex? Did everyone want to be Alex?
B. Keith?
Yeah.
And everyone loved Mallory. And everyone hated Tina Yothers.
Oh boy, Mallory.
Oh, wow.
In 1979, there was an Alien
It
board.
was.
There have been other Alien games, board games since then. But this one was just really, really cool because it was timed with the movie for the most part. It had some really cool retro art on it, I thought, as well. And the pieces, I had to pull out the thing and show the pieces as well because they were just cool as shit. The alien is fucking hilarious, as are the spacesuits. But if you could find this and have the pieces in it, and you're an Alien fan, it's a great collector's piece for an Alien fan. There was a Murder, She Wrote.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep. I remember this game too.
How somebody marketed this for children ages 10 to adult is beyond me, because unless you were 65 or 70 at the time, you probably didn't watch Murder, She Wrote.
Shit. Every
Or
time
Matlock.
she wound up in a town somewhere, somebody died. So, and how many nieces and nephews this woman
Yeah,
had?
I don't know if I.
Funny.
Murder, She Wrote came on Sundays, right? Is that when it came on? I want to say.
Yes, Sunday nights.
Yeah, it was a weekend.
Yeah, so I don't know. I can see young people watching this.
The
Kids. I
crossover
think I
with
watched it when I was a
Maggie
kid.
I'm sure I watched a few episodes. Like same with Matlock. It was on. You know, as kids, we watched whatever the hell was on at the time. We didn't have 7 TVs in the house or whatever. We had a TV.
My grandma, I'm sure my grandma watched this, and as long as my grandma had food in her house, I watched whatever she watched. As long as I got food, bag of Doritos, whatever you want to watch, Grandma.
Sit there quietly.
Yep.
But yeah, so they made it. I mean, it's kind of a clue-ish game that they made out of Murder, She Wrote. They made a Where's the Beef board game as well.
What didn't they make a game about? Apparently.
So if you remember the Wendy's commercials,
she's in the car.
Yeah.
Where's the beef?
I mean, and it's a Milton Bradley game. It's not like some
Claire Pillar?
weird,
That was her name?
knockoff company, fly-by-night company. It's a Milton Bradley game. They shelled out the money to make a Where's the Beef board game. That's how big Where's the Beef was back then.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was huge. Where's the Beef was huge, man. T-shirts, all kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
Claire Pillar.
It was,
That was her name.
It's so weird that something that was just a fast food commercial was such a phenomenon. And it happened a lot back then. You would have some advertisement, fast food for Taco Bell, McDonald's, whatever, that would be some type of big cultural thing. Now you can't get breakfast at McDonald's for under $20. I had to throw this in there because Jesus Christ, I love Rodney Dangerfield. And the fact that you got a no respect board game, Rodney Dangerfield game, is fantastic. Again, Milton Bradley left no stone unturned in terms of
what was the objective here? I can't. Nerve-wracking number stacking game of sudden death.
I have absolutely no clue. Some of these games, it wasn't as easy as I thought to try to find some of these pieces and things that happened inside this game. But it was ages 8 to adult. So, either way, if you could sit and be a jackass and throw out some one-liners while you're playing a board game.
No respect.
Yeah, it was Rodney. He had his time. It was fantastic. So
One more
that's
word
what
you, and he gets it. And
Yeah.
goddamn the fucking Easy Money when they went in the store for the shirts.
Oh yeah.
Him and Joe Pesci.
Yeah, Dangerfield was fantastic. He had
He
a great later career as a guy who was a stand-up comic for so many years and having a fantastic later career. And that's all we got for tonight, kids. Make sure to sub up at Renovision and Kingdom of Nerds. Join the boys on S&S tomorrow night. Sunday, watch those Darksiders talk Star Wars talk. They're always hitting up the latest news on Star Wars. On Monday and Sunday, are you still doing Sunday evening, Bruce?
Yes, 7 p.m. Sunday. We're going to talk comics and review Duke, Trinity Special, and Avengers Twilight #2.
Excellent.
Fun
At least I've read one of those already, so I'm already
You bastard.
I'm already a third of my way there for my homework for Sunday night. And Monday night, what time are you going on?
9 p.m. Monday Madness. We're going to talk movies, news, rumors, and try to keep Dom in his place.
Never.
And let's
Remember,
get
I'm
Bruce
the whole
to
damn show.
let's get Bruce to 1,000. How close are you, buddy?
70 subs, I guess.
Nice. So
Yeah.
Bruce's Kingdom of Nerds is getting close to 1,000 subs. So help him out there. Stop over, give him a sub. Let's get him to 1,000. Great content, fun time. Then on Wednesday, join the boys on Renovision for TAC. Always a fun time there. And Friday, circle back, CBSI Hot 10, and then back to us. So enjoy. Yes, I have tried the triple Indy. Busted my ass. God, I miss back to school. God, I miss Burt Young. Miss Burt Young. Oh,
Yeah.
What are you going to do? So thank you all for stopping by tonight. Boys, got any last words for this lovely Friday night?
Sure. Never trust
Have a good
anyone
weekend.
named Dom.
Yeah.
No, I got one. Never take freaking wooden pennies from a stranger. Brucifer.
You just want the wood from me, buddy. Good night.
You want to give the wood.
I have learned over the years that Dom is often magically right. His batting percentage is far higher than one would be led to believe. So
Yeah. Less than 5%, right? On his conspiracies.
It is on that. You know what? Joe, I respect that. Thank you so much. At least
The gods, the world between worlds. Ooh.
he was right.
What
All right,
is?
boys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining tonight. Jedi, thank you for your wonderful segment. For the concert tickets, I think that's a great collectible. A lot of fun. Styx,
Cool.
Thank you for the trivia. I love the trivia. I find it to be absolutely wonderful.
I have a love-hate relationship with it personally. But
I love it.
You are absolutely welcome for my trivia. I will not be on SNS. Just by the way, I will not be on that tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow night. School is having a function, so they asked me to work. So,
Are we still meeting up?
Well, tomorrow, if you are around the Syracuse area, I will be at Russell Cuse tomorrow morning.
Oh, there you go.
We're going to see Kurt Angle.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
And there, of course, there's Tony Atlas, Sergeant Slaughter, Jimmy Hart, Kurt Angle, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and who's that other one? Yep, the Nasty Boys, Knobs and Stags.
Yep.
And then I'm not familiar with the girl.
I saw Brutus Barber Beefcake in I think 84 or 85. It was a good show.
Yep.
Just
Well,
remember to bring
wrestling,
singles to
The Rock came into the ring tonight and confronted Roman Reigns. So there's your WrestleMania.
Well,
I went to.
haven't watched it, done.
Trying
went
to
to a
figure out what to do with
WWE.
CM Punk Hurt.
I went to it was still WWF at the time, but I went to a WWE event in Tacoma one time, and I'm just gonna say those guys aren't as big as you think they are. That's all I'm gonna say.
Are you kidding me? I went to SmackDown. I went to SmackDown. The Big Show. The Big Show was huge. The Undertaker fought Brock Lesnar in a steel cage. It was crazy.
Well, Lesnar's a beast.
He's a beast, man. And now Lesnar might be canceled because of this whole scandal.
It's
Lesnar likes
it's doing things that are not appropriate at work.
Yeah, I know.
Now Lesnar likes his women in steel cages.
Who does that?
Oh, wrestling. All right, gentlemen. Any other last words?
Have a good weekend.
Yes.
Have a good
Be
one,
safe.
everybody.
I hope you can see this because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
I can't hear that one.
Have a good one, everybody.